Okay, looks like we're actually back, which is fun. Let's play some Arena Cube. Chat's also now live, chat, so thanks for all your support during the games. Thanks for those punts when I kept cycling in the Narsets. And, yeah, there was not a lot I could have done about those Paradox Engine games, unfortunately. Just every single game, it felt like we just drew no lands. And I know it's crazy, but maybe 30 land Sultai is the future. Alright, so traditional or regular cube draft. This is interesting. We have not had this option before to play like the version of this that has sideboards and stuff. Prize tier 6,000 gold, 4,000 gold. That's the same one. Try again, Aaron. So I'm honestly kind of more interested in seeing a variety of decks. I think I'll start with the best of one draft here. Blah. All right, Cube. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, initial pack. We got Kaladesh cards in this cube now, which adds some fun to things. So Adanto Vanguard is one of the best white weenie cards in the cube. I'm not a white weenie drafter most of the time, especially not for my first draft of the cube, but like this is a pretty plausible first pick, I think. Other cards that stand out. Illumination's just really nice for being flexible. Tristani and Verdurous Gearhulk are crazy in different ways. I think Tristani's a bit better in cubes that are super focused on creature stuff, because it adds more power to a big board. Verdurous Gearhulk much better if you're trying to like hit planeswalkers, just seems a little aggressive. I also like this is monocolor. I'm going to take Verdurous Gearhulk for starters. It's just a rate monster. Okay, so History of Benalia would be an excellent follow-up to Adanto Vanguard, and might still be the right follow-up to Verdurous Gearhulk. I really like the green-white creature-y archetypes in this cube. Robber's fine, Disallow's fine, Call the Death Dweller requires pretty specific stuff to happen. Hedron Archive is maybe the most powerful card here in a vacuum. This is a format where having big mana can be really rewarding. Hedron Archive is one of the best big mana QB ramp spells ever made. Evolving Wilds is just perfectly fine fixing. I think I'm happy just to stay non-committal, take Hedron Archive here. Once Upon a Time is very good and pretty much what you want to pick, I think, in most packs that contain it. Midnight Clock is really fun. We could take Midnight Clock and try to do some good artifact deck. The fact we have 3 artifacts already here is kind of nice. Am I going to be boring and take Once Upon a Time, or are we going to be a little bit memey and take Midnight Clock? Passing Once Upon a Time is a bit of a signal, though, too. Let's meme. Let's meme. Let's do mana and cards. And I will update Nightbot in the meantime so that it displays my accurate record. Clock. I played this card in Standard and it won me some matches in the Zendikar Rising Pro Tour. So cannot be... I do like the Clock quite a bit. Alright, whatever here. We've got Finale of Devastation. Great card for big mana decks. Scavenging Ooze is just efficient generally. Baral's Expertise. This card I really love in Cube. It's not like insanely powerful, but it's quite good. And it also just generates really fun games of Magic. So while Finale's great for big mana ramp and Ooze and Ovia are both kind of nice in their own ways, I'm going to take Baral's Expertise here. Easy. Also... good way to make sure you don't accidentally just die to people playing creatures or some stupid thing. Alright, Field of the Dead. This card is kind of a scam if you don't pick up Golos, and it's only medium if you do pick up Golos. The rest of the pack's pretty bad, though. Castle Garenbrig is unlikely to do much for us. Into the Royal is fine. Lose a little bit of value with Baral's Expertise. We already have a bounce effect. I think Field of Dead's kind of a big scam, though. I don't want to be like trying to force a bunch of random land picks just so I can play that card. Let's take into the Royal. Okay, Hinterland, Harbor, Jace, and Kiora. And Paradise Druid. Good pack for us. Good pack. Blue-green ramp. Currently underdrafted. Most cubes, the rule is to take this land. This is a cube without quite as much like good 2-mana ramp, and Paradise Druid is very tempting. This ramping into Hedron Archive in turn 3 is great. It's also really nice to have a hexproof creature that can pick up counters from Verger's Gearhulk. Jace is a strong planeswalker too. Don't get me wrong. I think it's just Paradise Druid. I think this is the best enabler. I'm sad. I wish I could just take this whole pack. I'd be really happy with like these 4 cards going into the second pack, but we'll take Paradise Druid. I guess we weren't necessarily playing green before that pick. So we could have just taken Jace and tried to play mono blue control, but mono blue control's for chumps. Now I'm going to take Lay Claim. Lay Claim is very powerful. Cultivate. Yeah, so Cultivate. Spring to Mind is also interesting. These cards are pretty close. Spring to Mind draws you 2 cards. Later, Cultivate draws you an extra card right then and there. I think Cultivate's just a bit more powerful. Arch of Orazka and Icy Manipulator are also reasonable. Even Waker Waves isn't bad, but we're just hard on the blue-green ramp train, and we hit Rashmi Eternity's Crafter. This card is... it's blue and green and very good. We're going to take it. So trying to value people out here. Looking at this point for cheapish, interactive-y things. We don't die to aggro decks. Wilderness Reclamation. We could do Wilderness Reclamation. Probably not. This card has been a trap when I've tried it in previous Arena Cubes, but if any deck wants to play this, it's our Rashmi deck, maybe. Okay, nothing here for us, really. Let's take Realm Cloak Giant. Maybe we end up splashing white and wanting the Wrath. For Reclamation in the sideboard for now. Kind of wonder what cards left the cube. Or maybe they just grew it in size overall. Scavenging Ooze is a good late pickup. Fetid Pools is also interesting. Even just like a cycling tapped island is pretty good. But Scavenging Ooze is kind of exactly what I wanted, like an early creature that also happens to answer a lot of the graveyard shenanigans that go on in the format. And Blast Zone, Garenbrig, Savage Stomp. Garenbrig has some utility when we have Ooze. I think it's Blast Zone. I don't love playing colorless lands even in my 2-color cube decks, but maybe this makes the cut. Village Right's a nice addition. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Well, this is what I was going to mention is like maybe one of the most exciting additions from Kaladesh. This is one of the best cards in the entire cube. Sky Sovereign Consul Flagship. I don't think anything else here comes close. We are hitting a lot of 5-drops now, but if this card just like lands, it kills something, and then it possibly kills 2 things the next turn, one of them being a Planeswalker, really hard to beat. Thragtusk is cute. Brontodon can be useful. Spell Pierce can be useful. Hornet Queen is a fun meme. Honestly, Hornet Queen's very strong too, but I think Sky Sovereign just dominates games and is our pick. Alright, Breeding Pool. We're going to have to find something really good not to take Breeding Pool. And even though Essence Scatter is quite good, I don't think it quite passes the bar to not take Breeding Pool. Just the untappable dual land in your 2-color deck is incredible. Alright, we got Glorybringer. Glorybringer's kind of nuts. Not super playable for us. Take Hallowed Fountain and start looking seriously at a white splash for Realm Cloak Giant. Or just like random white removal spells, like maybe we get one of Fairground's Warden or Glass Casket back. There's Wayward Swordtooth. Wayward Swordtooth does go well with like trying to do rampy landy things. It's nice with Kiora. Boon of the Wishgiver is just kind of more expensive card draw, which I don't love. Let's take Wayward Swordtooth here, actually. Wayward Swordtooth is fun. We could try and splash and just do like Bant stuff, but I like the idea of trying to go in a different ramp direction. Good God. Thirst, Cobra, Bestiary, and Llanowar Elves? And we're taking Llanowar Elves because Llanowar Elves is like in a class of its own. But good. We are not facing a lot of competition for these colors. 4th pick Llanowar Elves. Alright. Seagate Restoration is very powerful. Supreme Will is nice too. Palladium Mirrors. Palladium Mirror is actually really good too. A lot of good stuff in this pack. Supreme Will is some nice interaction that stops us from getting run over too easily. We already kind of have a lot of ramp. Seagate Restoration could be super strong for us. We have a lot of expensive stuff already, but the land spell... It looks like we're going to have a massive Surfeit of playables. Like we just have way more playables than we need. I think we take Seagate. It's a new card in the cube. I want to try it out. Alright, Gilded Goose over Maze Mind Tome I think is pretty easy. We have a lot of ways to sink mana in and get cards. Gilded Goose actually gains us life. Karuga's pretty funny. This could actually be a Karuga deck. Oh wow, this could be a Karuga deck. Do I want to try and make a Karuga deck? It seems like a very easy way to lose to every single aggro deck in the cube, and there are aggro decks in this cube. Like if my opponent casts the card Luminarch Aspirant and I am a Karuga deck, I lose. It's not even bad just like by itself in the deck. I'm just saying it to Gilded Goose. Just having both Goose and Elves is crazy. Ooh. Oh, this isn't Jumpstart. Right. Ulvenwald Hydra. And a bunch of stuff I don't want to play. So I guess I'll take Hydra. Could use like one more top end card, and this is a pretty good one. Temple of Malady is helping me splash a little bit, maybe. Temple of Malady might be the better pick. I might end up wanting splash some removal. Actually, I'll take Temple of Malady. I just don't think we need Ulvenwald. We have plenty of time to pick up giant, rampy, creature-y things. There are many of them in the cube. Alright, we'll just take Wolful Haven. Thrashy B. Radha is nice, but we're not really looking to splash Teamer stuff here. Thrashing Bronton's just a great blocker. Essence Scatter over Fauna Shaman. We have not a lot of creatures right now, so Essence Scatter seems better. Okay, Hallowed Fountain, Glass Casket. I think it's better to take the... We did see a Cycle Land going around too. So if we can pick that up and we take Hallowed Fountain. We'll seek Thirst for Knowledge, probably play that. Kabira Takedown, maybe if we're playing the White Splash. There was that one Broken Life Gain card in the other pack. I just went by. Alright, we got Karuga. So we're probably not playing a Karuga deck, but it's, 5-4 draw a card for 5 mana is not bad, and that's what's going to be in our deck a lot of the time. Okay, here we got Blooming Marsh, which can help us with a theoretical Black Splash, but I think we're just taking Tangled Florahedron and just ramping as hard as we can. Ketria Triome is also lovely. Almost as good as Florahedron, but I think in our 2-color deck, Florahedron's going to get the nod. If Blue-Green Ramp is good in this cube, this is a very good Blue-Green Ramp deck. Someone's saying we need payoffs. I think we're doing okay for payoffs. Like, Verger's Gearhulk and Sky Sovereign and Lake Claim are all excellent payoffs. Here I'm just going to take Questing Beast, because Questing Beast is just an absolute rate monster in every single iteration of this cube. Questing Beast just destroys things. Like, Balagad Recovery is nice. It's nice to have a flexible land spell or whatever. Umara Wizard seems a bit underpowered. Alright, Finality could be a kill spell. Vastwood Surge is just Explosive Vegetation. I like that. Let's take Vastwood Surge. Vastwood Surge also gets us to the point where we can splash anything we want. So we're very, very free in terms of what payoffs we could take here. Sphinx's Rev. Planewide Celebration. Champion of Wits. Ooh, Champion of Wits is nice. Yeah, so for people who are not familiar with Cube Draft, it's very common to have a thought like, oh, I need payoffs. And in fact, you probably don't need payoffs. Killing people is not that hard. What's hard is making sure you don't die before you kill them. Or harder, at least. I think Planewide probably tables. Beanstalk or Sphinx's Rev? I think we've got enough broken card draw here. I'll take Beanstalk. Kazandu Mammoth. Mindstone. Oh, Mindstone's great. Blue Crown is a cute splashable card. I'll take Mindstone. And now that we've settled in with this Mindstone, I think we get to be in payoff land here. Oracle Moldiah. This is sort of like a payoff. It's a payoff for playing lots of lands in our deck. Helm of Those, though. Helm of Those would just let us kill people with anything we want. Oh, but Oracle is so freaking good. I'll take Oracle. Maybe Helm of Wheel. Alright, now we'll start taking cards that kill people. Oracle is too good. Oracle is way too good. Alright, payoffs. Embercleave. But actually, how many creatures we got? 13? Terramander's not a bad payoff. It's a 5/5 flyer, basically. We're assuming we have unlimited mana and we can kind of do stuff. Rejuvenator's a little bit behind the curve for what I actually want to be doing. I think we just don't need more ramp of that type. I'll take Terra Mana. We can sideboard it in if it turns out we need more payoffs. 5/5 flyer counts. 5/5 flyer kills people. And yeah, for people saying Helm of the Host, I was tempted, but Oracle of Moldiah is too busted. Seagate Stormcaller, we can kick it. If we kick it, does it do anything? I think it still doesn't really do anything if we kick it. Copies into the Royal 3 times? Doesn't do anything, okay. Anointed Procession, we don't really have anything to take advantage of that. Probably just thicket over Greenseeker here to start taking lands. We have plenty of playables now. Bag of Holding doesn't do much. Warkite Marauder doesn't do much. Block Predation, Magma Quake. What do I have on the board here? Got Realm Cloak Giant. Marauder, I guess, can block, in theory, if we feel like we need to do that. Balgate Recovery is lovely. That's another way to win the game. Just get back one of our other payoffs. Return of the Wild Speaker is also pretty good. We'll take this. Don't know if we're going to play it, but it is a way to kill people. And nothing here appeals to me at all. We'll just take a Rotting Regisaur away from somebody. Animation Module doesn't really do much. I don't have counters for it. But nothing else does anything either. Okay, time to build this deck. We have way too many playables, which is a good problem to have. And I predict we're not going to have much trouble killing people. That's just my prediction. All right, so. What's good? What is not as good? Kiora triggers off of Questing Beast, Wayward Swordtooth, Verdurous Gearhulk, Kiruga. Pickle, I must insist, if you're not familiar with Cube, this is how a good ramp deck looks. A good ramp deck should just be absolutely chock full of ramp spells. All right, so Balgate Recovery is a land. Seagate Restoration is a land. Tangled Florahedron is a land. So this can be a 16 land deck pretty comfortably, I think. Probably want to cut an island instead of a forest because I've got multiple turn 1 ramp spells. 5-color hub, thanks for the raid. Good to see y'all.
Become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat.
Okay, Sky Sovereign Console Flagship is easy enough to crew, I think. We've got all the cards I mentioned, plus Baronto can crew it, plus we could use like Oracle plus Llanowar Elves. It's okay if it kind of sits around for a little bit. Baral's Expertise might not be super necessary. We're not really doing much that's like cute with this card. Into the Royal might be a good cut, actually. We're like kind of just like ramp into big things fast. I'm not as worried about aggro decks just because our ramp is so consistent. So I think something like Into the Royal, which is like minor interaction, probably gets cut. Baral's Expertise is almost like a Wrath, so I think I keep Baral's Expertise. Beanstalk Giant's a 3-drop. Too many good cards. Thirst for Knowledge could go, I guess. I am a little bit worried. Okay, we're not actually successfully cutting anything here, so let me start cutting things successfully. Into the Royal is gone. Thirst for Knowledge. We've got Midnight Clock. We've got Seagate Restoration draws a ton of cards. Return of the Wild Speaker draws a ton of cards. Could see cutting Vastwood Surge, maybe. I think 4-mana ramp spells are not that interesting, because Thrashing Bronton. I like Thrashing Bronton just as like a catch-all card against aggro. It's nice to have like one medium creature you can just jam. Kiruga seems fine. That's a card draw spell too, I guess. Maybe I just got Thirst. You can see cutting Thirst. Man, that's a good deck. It's a good deck. It's hard to cut from. Is Kiora actually good enough? Probably has the slight problem of maybe just getting attacked down by a good aggro deck, but if he even draws one card, it's very strong. It's also cute with Baral's Expertise. Well, no, you can't bounce it back, so it's not that good. I can see Kiora going, I guess. Probably need to cut one of these 5-drops. Turn of the Wild Speakers. So this is a draw 6 with Sky Sovereign. It's a draw 5 with Kiruga. It's a draw 4 with Questing Beast. It's a draw your whole deck with Beanstalk Giant. It also kills people. Draw 5 with Wayward Swordtooth. Clock's nice because it helps us not mill out. It's like a good hedge to have against that kind of thing happening. Is Gilded Goose good? Gilded Goose is probably good, right? Like Gilded Goose into Cultivate, Gilded Goose into Kiora, Gilded Goose into Clock are all really strong plays. You gotta make 3 cuts though, so I can't be like hemming and hawing over 1 card. I guess I could cut 1 more land. I cut Island and basically at 18 lands over here. Plus, yeah, we'll cut a land. Not letting myself go to cutting any more lands though. I think this is my limit.
We need to become
Fastwood Surge. Man, the kicker is not even useless. Kicker could be kind of good.
We need to become Aaron.
Is Archive great? Archive's not great, but it's good. It's like ramping from 4 to 7 is nice, especially when we have Wolful Haven, Paradise Druid, and Mindstone. Like, we are trying to be like a Return of the Wild Speaker deck. We're casting expensive spells. And also his card draw, which is nice. Maybe I cut Vastwood Surge because it can't draw cards. Let's see Vastwood Surge leaving. I think it's worse than Oracle, Heated Archive. I think Questing Beast adds an element to the deck that I like. Rashmi's kind of clumsy. It just does kind of die to every removal spell without providing value. It doesn't crew Sky Sovereign. It doesn't draw a card off Kiora. It's not a good attacker. I can see Rashmi being the last cut. I think Essence Scatter is good enough. I want to have a tiny amount of concession to aggro. Thicket's not fixing for anything. Thicket is just a land that cycles, which is nice. I think it's worth it to play a tap land that cycles. Rashmi or Scatter. Maybe it's Scatter. Could even be Ooze. Ooze crews Sky Sovereign pretty easily, though. Creatures do just tend to die. Yeah, we're kind of a tap-out deck. Let's cut Scatter. Let's just be greedy. We're just going to be real greedy. There's also the version of this deck where I just put in Karuga. But unfortunately, it doesn't even let me play Essence Scatter, so I don't think we can swing that, although it would be very funny. Alright, we'll run with this. I don't want to spend too much time deliberating. I'd rather spend more time playing. So. V. Kyle, that's a... I don't know if you're joking or not, but I did laugh at that. It is amusing. No, Cube should definitely have every card in Arena except for fucking Nissa and Teferi and Uro. Oh, maybe they took Uro out of Cube. That would be really cool. But if they didn't take her out of Cube, then it's a good thing we've got Scavenging Ooze, chat. It's a good thing we've got Scavenging Ooze. Alright, this is the classic hand that doesn't actually have any ramp, but it does cast Verdurous Gearhulk. I think this is actually a keep because Baral's expertise is so freaking good at resetting everything. So even if my opponent comes out really fast, we kind of just get them with that. Oh, Oko, yeah. Oko is not allowed to be in cube either. Gifted Aetherborn, yeah. I think our opponent is not memeing quite as hard as we are. If they discard my Cultivate, I'll be a little sad. And yeah, I think no love for Blast Zone. I just don't see us having much time for it. We have a lot of pretty strict color demand requirements in the deck. Aetherborn into Prophetic Prism. Alright, I guess that's why I don't want to bounce with Expertise, to be fair. Gilded Goose, cool. Let's Cultivate now. Getting Island Forest. The island on the battlefield here. So... not sure what the next couple turns will look like. It'll depend on what our opponent does here. Oh no, Gonti. Okay. Opponent might get one of our good cards. And if we bounce that, they'll just get another one. We could just steal all our win conditions. Oh, Oracle. Oracle makes it really easy to make a play this turn because Oracle is broken. Sky Sovereign on top's nice too. Okay. I guess Oracle might just die without ever actually doing much for us, but focuses the opponent's attention a bit. Someone's asking when they publish the 7 7-win decks? I don't know. I didn't even know they published the 7-win decks, so no, I don't know when they're doing it. Ooh, opponent lining up a kill spell on 2 creatures. Chandra's fire, whatever that's called, that does 2 damage to 2 things. Nope. Okay. So, gotta think about the Kadef Gonti. There's no counter spells that really get me. Never. Okay. So, Oracle dies for no value, but I mean, trading 1 for 1 is fine. And, okay. So that's what they were thinking about. Makes sense. Let's just start killing all their stuff. So, opponent now, Sky Sovereign is my opponent's biggest problem, and they, like, have to kill, yeah, like, even if they kill it right now, it's still just clean 2 for 1 on them, killing a real creature. They have to either have instant speed creature removal or some kind of artifact removal. Kill the Goose, give me a little life buffer is really nice here.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
It was also great that once they cast this card, it goes into my graveyard so I can shuffle it back with Clock. Big fan of that. So it looks like opponent's just like black-red mid-range here. Alright, we figured it out. It was Beanstalk Giant, which goes to... Oh man, whose zone does this go to? We get to learn a rules interaction today, chat. Where's the Beanstalk Giant going? Oh no! Oh no, it doesn't go into our graveyard. And they can cast it off of Sheltered Thicket, but then we can bounce it back to our hand. Alright, alright, alright. Their Adventure Zone. Alright, so do I cast Gearhulk or Karuga here? I kind of like Gearhulk, because I can set it up so that Goose can also crew Sky Sovereign. Fan of that play, for sure. So we'll split here, and we're going to split 3-1. And we'll crew the boat with Gearhulk. I kind of expect the boat to just die, but it's okay. We can handle that. Alright, opponent manages to kill the boat. It was only a 2 for 1. Honk honk, my friend. Honk honk. Guy, I like the reaction to that rules interaction. That's a little bit my interaction too, but it makes sense, right? The card says you. Someone asked no game sound, and the answer is no. I basically never play with game sound.
We become Aaron Girdler.
Yeah, we can play with a little bit.
That's the goal.
Actually, straw poll. We're not going to actually run a poll, but like, chat, just generically, do you want game sounds when I play? I haven't actually thought to ask you about that. I don't really mind that much either way. I've gotten used to playing with it during like streamed matches and so on for tournaments. So I have a no, an indifferent, a doesn't matter, a no, and I don't care. Some yes. All right, how much mana we got? We got 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 8 mana right now. So Return of the Wild Speaker draws 5 cards. Baral's Expertise doesn't do anything that outstanding, but does give me my Beanstalk Giant back, which I like. Don't really want to give them back Gonti. I could just Thrashing Brontodon into Karuga. I'm slightly worried about them just going like land fling. I know that's crazy, but I'm trying to think like, how do I lose this game where I feel like I'm very ahead? I should also turn on some lo-fi beats. Y'all are right. Let's turn on some lo-fi beats. Lo-fi beats are in session. Are they? Oh, my audio is not being captured here. Oh, there we are. All right, so I have 2 timeouts. Yeah, this is definitely a coward play, but I think I just want to get my Beanstalk Giant back. So I'll bounce this, and that'll be all. Get to cast Thrashing Brontodon or Fertile Footsteps for free. I actually cast Fertile Footsteps for free because I can cast Brontodon off the land, which is cool. Alright, so Baral's Expertise was just a steal back my creature and play a free creature. Not too shabby. So we have 2 super good card draw cards in hand. Opponent needs to either burn us out here, which they could do. I guess they could just, like, blaze me. There must be some kind of blazy fireball type card in the cube. So did I block with Brontodon? The fact they're attacking with this makes me think they might be trying to burn me out. We've got some life gain here if we can untap. Banefire is in the cube. Good to know. Phylath, World Sculptor. Alright. Now it's a battle. Now we are battling. So opponent's got a lot of big creatures over there. We already used Baral's expertise, so we might have to shuffle that back in sometime. So this land gives me access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10 mana. So I can cast Karuga and Return to the Wild Speaker. The question is, do I want to do this in a particular order? Karuga draws me 2 cards. Return can draw me 5, but off of Karuga I could draw something that takes care of Phylath. I guess I don't have Into the Royal, so what am I hoping to draw off of this, really? I think we return first. You could try to get Beanstalk in before return, which draws even more cards, but like the difference between 5 cards and then 2 more cards versus however many cards this is not that significant. A lot of the cards left in my deck are ramp. I'll go return here, I think. Draw 5. Hit Questing Beast is nice. Questing Beast is nice. So I think we go... Oh, I can go Kiora. Alright, well, Kiora. Untap the island with the Wolf Haven on it. And then jam Questing Beast. We have to give up food to do this. We also draw a card. So this seems worth, I think. Alright, we'll see. Phylath is good. Phylath could blow us out. Our normal answer is that this would be Baral's expertise. We had to use it already. But we are going to have a huge shirt next turn. And Phylath by itself is not too scary. If they have, like, Overrun now, if they combine this with, like, their own Return to the Wild Speaker, we will lose to that, and that'll be pretty cool. And that's our problem with having, like, a little bit too little interaction. So if this were best of 3, I would bring in Essence Scatter for sure against them. Escape the Wilds. Okay, scary, but we're not dying instantly. They've got Oracle, Orzhov, Enforcers. They're just, like, Jund. They're actually just Jund. Okay. None of these cards frighten me. Huh, they didn't... I guess they had 1 land. Oracle plus Phylath is scary. But we can handle some plants. Question just now is how do we kill them? And I think it's going to be Midnight Clock milling them out. Midnight Clock milling them out seems like a reasonable plan. Alright, so are they making 1 giant plant to attack their Questing Beast? That makes sense. So we can lay claim a big plant. Oh, no! Woo! Ha-ha! Alright. I told you, Chad. I told you I was worried about fling, and it did happen. It did happen. Okay. That was cool. That was really cool. Good job, opponent. Did not expect the turn to go that way. Alright. Yeah, I don't think there's much to learn from that. We got knocked down a little bit. We stabilized, and then died to fling. Phylath World Sculptor is a very good card. Phylath World Sculptor, very good in cube. Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't think I would play that game any differently. Could I play it if I could play it back? It's just... It happened the way it happened. There's a benefit to in the ramp decks having a couple counter spells, just so you don't die to something stupid in the late game once you stabilized, but... It was a good game regardless, for sure. I don't mind that at all. That's cube, right? No stakes. You can just lose something and not be mad. Yeah, there might be enough... I mean, Essence Scatter is a real thing that we could do. So the thing that happened in that game is that we actually had too many payoffs. We had a hand that was kind of cluttered with 5 drops. We were, like, not ramping that efficiently. And we just ended up with, like, not enough on board to stop the early beats. I guess it is good we bounced the Beanstalk Giant, though, because that Kazul's Fury would have just murdered us. And that's nice. Knowing that there's... I don't even know if Fling is in the cube, but knowing there's a Fling that basically is free to play is, like, really important. This hand's very good. Swordtooth cannot attack and block early, but it sure can crew boats. Yeah, I don't think ramp is necessarily a particularly good archetype in the cube. I think we have a very good ramp deck, but I think in the last cube I ended up thinking that like blue-based control decks were a little bit ahead of the curve on every other stuff. Cycle Archfiend. Fine by me. I wonder if they're doing Reanimator stuff over there. So we'll start with Paradise Druid here because it's the one ramp spell I play that doesn't have haste. I think Goose was pretty reasonable, Rickety, for a 1-mana spell. I mean, it could have helped us survive if we had untapped with it. I mean, they would have just killed us with their land drop regardless, but... Alright, first Heroine Games. So we get Skyboat to kill... And this will be a 4/4, we can kill it. I could just Thrashing Bronton on this now, and I'm honestly kind of tempted to do that. We can also Wayward Swordtooth, play a land, play a Mind Stone. Thing is, this is just going to draw them 2 cards, and I kind of don't want that to happen. So I think that actually just using Thrashing Bronton on this is my best move here. Just Bronton is not going to get more value than deny your opponent 3 power and 2 cards. Ooh, Vraska Golgari Queen. Sick. Sick. Alright, Sky Sovereign kills it, but nice card. And really good with first Heroine Games. We're now getting 2 for 1 regardless of what we wanted to do. So this is going to be Mind Stone into... Probably just Wolfwool Haven. I don't even necessarily want the Dinosaur now. I'd rather the Dinosaur be a surprise for my opponent maybe not knowing if I can crew the boat or not. So if they discard the boat, we're in trouble. We need to hit a card draw spell at that point. Having Mind Stone's not unhelpful, of course. Opponent sensibly decides that this 1/1's probably not doing much for them this game. Vraska's one of my favorite cards. It could be that, like... Yeah, black-green midrange being the ramp and interact kind of colors, as opposed to, like, ramp and draw a bunch of cards. Farika's Spawn. Alright, this card is not very threatening, though. This is a pretty low-tier cube card. Beanstalk Giant. Alright, so I've got access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So I can't Beanstalk into Sky Sovereign. So we're just going to Sky Sovereign kill Vraska. And we'll say Ball Get Recovery. This will probably come in handy later. Want to cast a big Planeswalker opponent? You want to cast like a Garruk? Gearhulk. Alright, that is very big. So... Huh. Yeah, we might just die to this too, honestly. Baral's Expertise, best card we could possibly draw right now, would set our opponent back a very long way. If I had played Ball Get Recovery last turn, I'd have access to Lay Claim now, which would also be very good, so maybe that would have been a good idea. As is, am I just jamming Beanstalk Giant to try and block the Gearhulk? I think so. Can I get to 10 permanents for Swordtooth? I've got 1, 2, I've got 7 permanents right now. So I really can't. I think I just cast Beanstalk here. Oh, it's only a 5/5, so it still blocks Gearhulk, though. Yeah, opponent has giant creatures, which is going to be getting us pretty good here. I guess I can Beanstalk, get a land, play Dino, play Balagad, which turns on Dino as a blocker, and then I have Beanstalk the turn after that. That's actually probably better. Oh no, we have Sizz Blessing now. Okay, that's cool, that's cool. So I'm going to hang out. And if they kill the Dinosaur, I can block with Flagship by crewing it this turn. Yeah, green-white, go-white aggro might have also been the best. Like, green-white aggro and blue control were the archetypes that impressed me most in the previous cube. Okay, opponent wants to come in. I'm going to block with Swordtooth here. Watch him just cast Blossoming Defense and blow me absolutely out of the water. Oh, I guess Gearhulk has Tramples. This play does line up into a removal spell hitting me really hard. So we'll let this happen. I will crack Mind Stone end of turn.
We need to become Aaron
If they...
That's the goal.
Well, pretty much no matter what they do, I think I'm playing Mind Stone end of turn. Oh, wow. Alright, maybe they just have... What could be in their hand? They're not blue. There's not counters in there. Probably just instant speed removal for Beanstalk Giant to blow me out. And then Cultivate doesn't help much, so... Huh. Yeah, we can't beat an instant speed removal spell here. And that's almost assuredly what's going on. but I think we just cast the biggest thing we can and see what happens. Yeah, Verger's Gearhulk, huge Gigabomb for the reasons that you're seeing here. I'm also now seeing a best of 3 cube could be pretty interesting. Yeah, dead. Whew, alright, off to a quick O2 with this. Wasn't expecting that, but... I actually like Essence Scatter quite a bit, having now played those games. I think we're a little bit too weak to creatures with how we are now. We could also do Into the Royal. I think Roshmi actually seems pretty bad from what I've been seeing so far. And I'll just do Scatter and perhaps Into the Royal over something. We'll start there. And yes, somebody's saying Kiora is definitely a good candidate for next cut if I were going to make a cut. It does help her cause, though, that we have Hedron Archive and Wolfwool Haven to let her be a 2-mana card. But hey, quick O3, we get to draft again, which is always the most fun part anyway. Able to seem more aggressive at that point. Now what this deck really needs, of course, is Hydroid Krasis, but that makes things almost a little too easy. Hand looks very strong. Keep this one in a heartbeat.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's
all right, Mountain Grim Lavamancer. We have the Burn player. We've hit the Burn player. Yeah, Mass Manipulation also would be a great card for this kind of deck. I don't know if it's in the cube. I would expect it to be, in general. Huh. Almost tempted to block, but I don't think I'm going to. Spitter. Alright, opponent's going just heavy aggro here. Scavenging Ooze is a good pickup. So we'll definitely just jam Kiora. If it eats 7 damage, that's great. If the opponent ignores it, we get to start drawing cards, which is also good. Alright, Kiora not being ignored. Are we going to get, like, the Eldraine Burn spell thrown at this as well? Chain Whirler? Alright, that's a good one to have in the... I guess this was in the cube before, right? Alright, and we have infinite tap lands. Let's, okay, yeah, we might die to that, honestly. Sword Tooth drawing a card's nice, but it's not going to get us much in the way of blocking for a little while. Still, Kiora's gonna be, I guess, like gain 5 life draw card in the end.
We need to become Aaron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Chandra, alright, yeah, opponent's just going hard. Going hard. Scavenging Ooze helps a little bit. But yeah, Goblin Chain Whirler, as always, sort of the punishment for playing Land Werewolves in your deck. Yeah, it makes sense to kill Kiora here. So what's the card we need here? Barrel's Expertise doesn't get us out of this. We're a little bit land shy. We need some lands. Wolfwool Haven. Not outstanding. So I can Scooze, eat something. I can Oracle and just hope to rip lands. I think Oracle, hope to rip lands. I guess I can Haven... Alright, let's do this. We'll Haven, and then we'll play Scooze, then we'll use Scooze right away so it doesn't get shocked or something. If Scooze gets burned out, which is entirely possible, we're going to be in some trouble. He says as though he weren't already in trouble, which he is. Okay, probably just dying to burn here, I would expect, especially since Chandra can flashback burn next turn. We're giving it our best shot. Tybalt. Alright, that's also a problem. Many problems here is what we're facing. So I need to like somehow turn on Swordtooth this turn and have like a miracle turn, I think is what gets us there. So we start with Oracle. We needed some lands. So I can turn on Swordtooth as an attacker. That's not one of them. So I can do this. I can play Paradise Druid, which would turn on the Swordtooth. That lets me kill Tybalt, then I die to Chandra, right? I can chump Chain Whirler. Devil puts me to 3, Chandra tokens put me to 1. Lavamancer actually just kills me. Yeah, there's no way to get Tybalt off the board and survive. I guess if I attack Tybalt with both of these... No, in order to turn this on... Alright, I think my opponent's to maybe, if they don't block, we can maybe get there. But actually probably not. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright, went 0-3 in the first cube draft. That's cool. Blue-green ramp, I don't know what to say. The deck seemed pretty good on paper. We had like reasonable curve outs. Our opponents just... I just need to update my standards for what a good cube deck looks like, I guess. We just got kind of curved out and destroyed. Alright, I think there's probably too much ramp and probably not enough interaction. Alright, so we'll try to interact a little bit. We have earned 2 uncommons for our efforts, which is about right. Alright, hey. Everybody 0-3 sometimes. Yeah, I mean, Glorybringer is a great card. Yeah, I think I just need to maybe update towards splashing. I think this deck could afford to splash pretty easily. Would have been strong splashing. It's interesting. Yeah, like Lay Claim... Yeah, we just never had time for it. I mean, Goblin Chain Whirler against your Llanowar Elves is going to beat you pretty much every time anyway. But that was tough. Alright, what do I like here? So, Cultivator's Caravan's pretty good in almost any deck. Yeah, this might have been a good best of 3 deck. That's also a thought. Savai Triome's interesting. This keeps me very flexible and just lets me play any kind of 2-color deck in this combination. This pack's pretty weak. There's nothing that's really standing out. I think Caravan, Triome, and maybe Branchloft Pathway are the only ones that really make sense. I think Nightmare is not good enough, probably. It's a decent card. I think I'd rather start off with Mana Fixing, though. Let's just take Triome. It keeps us the most open. Yeah, I think our payoffs also maybe were just not good enough. Like, we had good 5-drops, so we didn't have anything that we could, sink 10 mana into to really crush people. And no, we're definitely not crabbing. I have to imagine that the mill archetype is pretty bad. I mean, we just lost to a Goblin Chain Whirler deck, so don't talk to me about Ruin Crab right now. Anyway, we see Obosh. Could try to play a Obosh deck. That's a cute idea. We can also just take Clifftop Retreat, which goes with Savai Triome, setting us up to have very good mana. Take Temple of Mystery and complete the 5-color duel spectrum here. I feel like I want to Obosh a bit later in this cube season. Yeah, you can kind of force 5-color nonsense if you want to. It's not that hard. Song of Freyalise is gonna wheel probably. It's very much a super take it late card. It's not spectacular. I see multiple people suggesting Song of Freyalise. I just don't think... If you force the archetype, it might be fine, but I really don't want to force an archetype yet in my second cube draft in this cube. Let's take a Retreat. I think Barons does not feel like what I want to be doing this early on. Alright, Cloud Blazer is broken, right? Cloud Blazer just goes with everything. Rampaging Ferocidon's a great aggro card, so if I want to go red-white aggro with these 2 picks, I could take Ferocidon and try to do that. So we basically have to pick a direction now. Are we taking Cloud Blazer and maybe doing Jeskai? And just trying to do Jeskai value? Or are we trying to do Rampaging Ferocidon? Yes, Cloud Blazer is pretty expensive, but seems very easy to abuse. There's a lot of stuff you can do to blink this. Could also just take Helm and try to do some kind of Helm of the Host nonsense. Let's try to kill people. I'll take Ferocidon. Ferocidon, very good at killing people. Bastion is an archetype. Bastion is an archetype, that's true. I should consider that. Alright, so... taking Adonto Vanguard here, there is a Sacred Foundry in the pack, but Adonto Vanguard is... Adonto Vanguard's really, really good. I think this is good enough. It's like, you know, almost the best 2-drop in the cube for the kind of aggro archetype we're doing here. I think it's worth taking over Sacred Foundry. I guess it's worth noting that Ferocodon doesn't lock us into being aggro. It's like a fine mid-range card. Good for controlling Planeswalkers and shutting off life gain decks, but I think I'd like to commit here and try the aggro thing. So here we've got Inspiring Vantage, which I think I'd take over Phoenix of Ash. I will note we're not getting a lot of aggro cards coming around, but these packs have also been very weak. Take Vantage here, hedge a little bit more. Shark Typhoon. Oh man, that's really late. That Shark Typhoon is really late, chat. This card is insane. And it looks like there are also like a bunch of other blue cards in this pack. I think blue might just be super open. I'm supposed to maybe take Shark Typhoon and just play Jeskai anyway. I am just not getting aggro signals off of these packs. Taking Shark Typhoon. Alright, and yep, again a pack with no good aggro cards, and a Disallow and a Mind Stone. Yeah, Typhoon's one of the best cards in the cube. It should never be going that late. Alright, we'll take Hallowed Fountain now. Alright, so now we're Jeskai Control. New plan, chat, new plan. Jeskai Control. Okay, so this card is not very good. Lay Claim is fine. Take Lay Claim over Branchloft Pathway. Branchloft Pathway kind of angles me into 5-color control if I want to do that. It's not inconceivable. Let's take Lay Claim though. This is very expensive though. 7-drop's not free in this cube. Okay, so yeah, Song of Fraley's wheeled as I predicted. I'll take Fetid Pools here. I don't think we want to do Crawling Barrens in our at least 3-color deck, but Fetid Pools maybe opens us up to doing other stuff. I don't think we're ramping necessarily. I think we're just trying to be a control deck, and Mind Stone's a fine card for a control deck. Also, I should actually start tracking who's following me and stuff now that we have live stuff, so... Everybody followed me in the last hour, thanks. Read you off as we go. So, we got GPM, Navigando, Rodicao, Rose, DJ Shaft, Big Cat 63, Draconian 144, King of Cheese, Scarbo, Jonk, Robert. Now You've Done It, Checker, and Sothian. Thank you all. Hey, look, Cloudblazer. Easy money, easy money. Thoughts Intervention might have actually been the pick there, but easy money, Cloudblazer.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Peacockalypse, thanks for the follow, too. God, Arena Cube is so sweet. So sweet, and it's just going to get sweeter as we add cards. Spell Pierce, Shalai. Shalai is like... kind of medium, just because you can always just target Shalai. Spell Pierce is also kind of medium. It goes dead in the game, in the late game, pretty easily.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat.
Shalai is probably a little better. Hard to say. Winged Words. Divination. Counterspell. Oh, Witching Well? I think Witching Well actually seems a bit better. Wow, 15th pick Disallow. Alright. Glad we took the plunge into blue control. And okay, we have choices to make here. Ugin the Spirit Dragon, Ultimate Finisher versus Midnight Clock. Ultimate... Honestly, Midnight Clock might be the ultimate finisher. How big a bomb is Ugin? Ugin is what the other deck needed. Ugin is definitely what the other deck needed. I think Midnight Clock is probably closer to what this deck needs. Maybe Ugin will wheel. I know everybody wants to see Ugin. Clock probably... Alright, that's a good point. If Clock doesn't wheel, I'm never forgiving you, Cardboard Nomad. But... We'll hope that works out. Alright, so... Oh, wow. This is an interesting pack. So, lots of stuff here we could do. Luris goes pretty well with Mindstone and Witching Well, but is not really in our archetype. Chandra Awakened Inferno is a really good Planeswalker bomb, but we just take a frickin' Ugin, which is the same damn card. Mythos of Aluna is... it's not great if you're not playing green, I think. It's not bad, but it's not great. Temple of Enlightenment's just solid for our mana. Sphinx of Foresight's interesting. Not bad to have the fixing here. It feels like this probably wheels. Maybe it's just Chandra here. We can start looking for more artifact ramp. It's like Chandra or Temple. I don't think it's Jace. Alright, we'll take Chandra. We're just going to be greedy Wrath Planeswalkers and hope it works. And now we're taking Birth of Meletus over Akoum Warrior. SRAM's Expertise. Oh, wow, yeah. SRAM's Expertise is insane for the green white go wide decks. A Braid. A Braid looks like the thing. Fibblethip's not bad. Fibblethip's fun if Luris comes back. But probably just want the flexible removal spell. Spire Bluff. We're not a Stagger Insight deck. Thirster Meeting, Filigree Familiar, Spire Bluff Canal. Currently we're on 12 playable spells here. Is Familiar too small to matter in a lot of games? It probably is. We have Birth as an enchantment so far, and Shark Typhoon that we can discard to this. I think I'd rather play more to the board. Yeah. When you're not inspired, the best thing is usually to stake a land, because at some point you're going to see a pack where something inspires you. Ooh, Thalia's terrifying. Alright, Royal Eruption or Steam Vents. Alright, having to take Spire Bluff Canal, I think I actually just take Royal Eruption here. I do got to watch the playable count a little bit. Riverglide Pathway or Mazemind Tome. Okay, so we keep getting these fixing or decent card picks now. Tome seems great. I love Tome. I think it's just we're 3 colors. There's going to be a lot of fixing that sort of fits us. Ice Fetid Pools is not actually fixing, so I should probably not be treating that as such. Magma Quake looks juicy. Yeah, especially since we're not doing early walkers. I think like Quake over Seal Away. I don't actually know if we're playing this. This deck is not like the most elegant thing I've ever put together, but it seems fine so far. I would like some more counter magic. Clock did wheel. Alright, Clock wheeled. All is forgiven, folks. All is forgiven. Clock wheeled. We did it. The ramp's nice. It doesn't go... Alright, and Luris wheeled. Huh. So Mazemind Tome exiles, so it doesn't really go with Luris. Luris is just like a cheap lifelink creature, which is not so bad. Somebody suggested we drop white. I guess we could drop white, actually. We only have Cloud Blazer and Birth. It's pretty easy splash, too. So I take Mythos, Temple, or Luris. Let's grab Mythos. I think Mythos is kind of sweet. I don't even know what the right pick is there. Probably Temple, honestly. Let's cut Shalai for now. So we gotta consider we could just be blue-red. But the white splash is pretty free if we want to do it. And Birth of Meletus is pretty good. Play Blue Radicoon Warriors playable.
That's the goal.
Shepherd of the Flock might not have been terrible either there, actually. Shepherd of the Flock can block. Fumblebuck and Mr. Shumway, thanks for the follows. Alright, Wheeled Filigree Familiar, don't want Skyclave Cleric more. Huh. I think Familiar is better enough, but it's close. I might be undervaluing the land there. Wow, Steam Vents wheeled. Does that mean Pathway's going to wheel too? Nope. Why are we living in a world with Steam Vents wheels but Pathway doesn't wheel? This card might actually be playable in the deck. Probably not, but maybe. Alright, so we got Irrigated Farmland. We got Kestria Triome as a blue-red land. We got Siege Gang Commander as a reasonable creature. History of Benalia is actually a decent defensive card. Just making 2/2/2s with Vigilance for 3 mana is a solid deal. It's not excellent, though. Champion of Wits is probably closest to what I want. Lets me dump removal against slower decks. Blocks his functional card. Yeah, I think it's just Champion. So still have the option to maybe drop white if we really want to. Like if we see like Niv Mizzet, I don't even know if Niv Mizzet's in the cube, the 3 blue 3 red one, but that could be a reason to do it. Okay, lots of interesting stuff here. So Skyclave Apparition is the most powerful card in the pack, but really locks us into playing white. Treasure Map. If we already have Maze Mine Tome, I think I'm less interested in Treasure Map because they're kind of the same thing. It is nice for ramping into Ugin, to be fair. Yeah. If I'm saying talking about something that might or might not be in the cube, and it's not in the cube, it is good to tell me. So thank you for that information. Stormcaller is okay with a Braid and Royal Interruption, but not outstanding. Relic probably wheels. I'm interested in Treasure Map or Skyclave. I think I actually am going to play white. I'm going to take Skyclave here. I think we have enough fixing to make it work, especially with a whole pack left to go. And Skyclave is super good removal. It's also super good with Mythos of Aluna. And now we just take Torrential Gearhulk, yeah? Yeah. Easy. Definitely have enough finishers now. I don't even know if we're playing Lay Claim. So just more early interaction would be cool. Okay, Disdainful Stroke, Supreme Will. Oh, Bonecrusher Giant. Okay, Bonecrusher Giant is better than Supreme Will. I think it's enough of a better card that I'm going to take Bonecrusher here. Do we have any instance for Gearhulk? We have Abrade, we have Disallow, and pretty much just Abrade and Disallow, but I think that's enough. Like, it's nice to find more instance, like this Hieroglyphic Illumination I'm going to take now. But Gearhulk goes to 5/6 flash that occasionally gets some value is fine. But Illumination makes it much better, so we're going to take Illumination here over Obstructionist. I don't think we need Sweltering Suns. We have Magma Quake already. It's kind of hiding down here, but with Magma Quake, I'm not as interested in Sweltering Suns. This pack has not a lot. We could take Ether Hub, which is fine. Palladium Mirror seems a little sketch, but I guess if we're trying to ramp to Ugin, it's something. Yeah, it's probably just Palladium, actually. We've got the Tome in this as well. Essence Captures the other Temptation. This might be like a little bit too hard to cast. We'll take Palladium Mirror here. It certainly does ramp. That is exactly what Palladium Mirror does. Oh, Lithoform Engine. Well, we're taking Negate, but Lithoform Engine's fun. It's a fun card. Intervention is this is Lightning Helix for 4 mana. I don't want to do that. Yes, I played every cube that's been in Arena. I didn't even realize this one was coming out, but in past iterations, I've like looked forward to it a lot. I really enjoy Arena Cube. So I would actually like some more fixing here. I've got enough playables to be relatively satisfied. Needleverge Pathway is fixing. Sulphur Falls is fixing. Sulphur Falls is probably a little better. Inscription of Insight's also kind of interesting. Mangara actually kind of interests me as well. This card really puts a brick wall in front of aggro decks in a really significant way. But I think given no other ideas, I'm just going to take Sulphur Falls. Maybe I should take Mangara. Mangara might be much better than I'm giving it credit for. I'll take Farmland here. It's like a slightly better version of Triome. I believe this is the 3rd Arena Cube, yes. Yeah, Banefire was solid. A lot of reasonable options from that pick. And I will take Relic now. Definitely looking to be more of big mana control. Commit to Memory. Looks real good with Torrential Gearhulk. Yes, please. Witching Well, not really going to fit into the deck at this point. I think Supreme Will Wield. Jeez. Alright, everything is going well here. Castle of Interest might even be playable. Probably not, but maybe. No Narset. I mean, If Narset's not in the cube, I'm happy with that decision. If it's just that we didn't get one, then I guess that's that. Alright, so this... Honestly, we still could be live, just be a blue-red control deck. That might be right, and this may be the correct thing to do here. The Skyclave Apparition pick being a little bit wasted is sad, but we've got a lot of good blue-red cards here, and it's nice to have the mana be more consistent. Let's see what this looks like if we cut the white completely. So losing Cloud Blazer is sad times, but we'll be okay. Oh man, this looks so clean if we cut the white. So clean. Can we get Witching Bell back in? Do I want Witching Bell back in? Not really. We get Fetid Pools back in, though. We just cut Hallowed Fountain, we cut Clifftop Retreat, we cut Inspiring Vantage, we cut Savai Triome. And... yeah, this looks decent. Do you want to be 18 or 17 lands? And we have a lot of ramp. I think I probably just cut Winged Words, maybe? Winged Words, I think, is the weakest card here. Filigree Familiar also kind of looking at me a little bit. Yeah, this seems pretty juicy. I don't have to replace Farmland. Farmland is a blue source that cycles. Why do I want to replace Farmland? Same as Fetid Pools, right? There's just 2 islands that cycle? Okay. Alright, so 17 lands. We are doing Ugin Chandra Lay Claim at the top end. Could this be an experimental overload deck? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah. Alright, let's give this a shot. Akum Warrior also plausibly playable, but I think a 4-5 for 6 is just too bad. My suspicion is that the Warrior and Umara. And no Fumble Buck. It's a good question, but I don't think we have any green sources. Is Gearhulk good in this deck? Yes, Gearhulk is very, very good in this deck. For those asking if Gearhulk is good in this deck. This is practically a keepable hand for my standard deck. So we will keep it here. Do need to hit some colored sources. Alright, Temple of Mystery is what we want to see. Fast aggro deck is not what we want to see with this hand. Skyclave is a green source. Yeah, that's true. So if we're playing this anyway. Alright, Shadow Spear is A-okay. Incubation Druid. Alright, that one's pretty threatening. It'd be great to steal it, though. I'd love to steal that one in a few turns. Do I tell him now? I don't think I do yet. I don't know what I'm looking for at this point. Alright, so we'll just jam... I guess it's Clock. We don't have any spells we need to cast off of other colored mana yet. And Clock wants to start ticking now. This deck's incredibly cold to Heliod's Intervention, by the way, but hopefully that won't happen to us. And now I'm definitely going to scry. I would like to have a counterspell in case they just pump this Druid up. Have I mentioned how glad I am that Nissa's not in this cube? Yeah, someone was asking if the Cloud Blazer splash is pretty free. It might be, but I'm not even sure we like Cloud Blazer too much. This deck is kind of keeping its mana open a lot of the time. Yeah, we can definitely get greedy and kick Relic. And just next turn being Filigree Familiar. Oh, Karn, Scion of Urza. Okay. That is pretty Nissa adjacent, actually. This card's really, really strong, but we do get to steal it eventually. So we might actually play the... Alright, you can have... I think you can have this 2-2. This does pump for free with Karn, so that's a notable thing. But if they're missing land drops, which they are, I'm pretty glad to be taking away their mana. Mountain. Alright, we'll keep Mountain. I do want the land. Alright, so we know land's guaranteed, so I am actually just going to play Skyclave Relic into Filigree Familiar this turn, so we can steal the card next turn. Wrong order. Yeah, this card is pretty medium. Maybe this should actually be Cloud Blazer, and y'all are right. I'm gonna play Hallowed Fountain for free, almost. Karn goes TikTok. Alright, well, we're definitely giving them Wolful Haven, because if we give them Mythos, they can just copy my lay claim and take the frickin' Karn back. Which would be really sad. I don't want that to happen. If they counter lay claim, we're going to be in trouble, but we still have Clock and Tome to, like, refill things, and then eventually Ugin sort of clears... Well, Ugin normally kind of clears a lot of stuff, but does not clear Karn tokens, so that part's tough. Okay, Haven's down. Oracle's down. Alright. The game is afoot. Uh-oh. They did play a land this turn, right? They did play a land this turn. Okay. So, are we using Tome? I guess if I hit Chandra, Chandra could be kind of good. So if I lay claim, I can lay claim the Oracle and hit Karn, but then they just get Mythos. I think they just have to steal their own Karn back instead of my lay claim. Let's take my turn here. Let's lay claim the Karn, I think. Oracle's terrifying, but Karn can help me find interaction for it, which is nice. So we'll steal this, and I have to start making 5/5s with Karn, which is actually great. So I think I'm just doing this, overdrawing cards now. And then I'll probably be using the Tome, because I would like to find removal for Oracle, starting next turn. Swing of Familiar? Nah, I have a Shadow Spear. I think I'd rather keep more blockers around, make sure I keep this Karn. Alright, interesting game. Oracle Moldiah gets out of hand in a real hurry. Kogla. Ugh. That's scary. I don't want to see that. I can dig for Disallow and I guess Supreme Will, although Supreme Will might not work. Whew. Alright, so opponents doing the classic. This is the problem, is we built a deck that could handle our previous opponents. And now our opponent's playing the deck we didn't want to see, which is just the ramp deck sitting there accumulating resources. Like, we are ahead now, but the 3 cards in their hand scare me very much. The Kogla scares me, because I know the 3 cards aren't lands. We don't really have many ways to get rid of Kogla aside from Ugin. I guess we also have Mythos, which can copy our lay claim and take their Kogla. So we have a couple answers, sort of. But against a green deck, these like enchantment-based things are a bit fragile. I mean, what is ramp, right? They're playing Incubation Druid, they're playing Oracle Moldiah. Maybe they're not full ramp, but they're ramping a bit. And now, what are they holding up? So this could just be... What is happening? Why is this chill playlist suddenly playing Japanese rock? I don't understand. Maybe at the end of the playlist? It might have at the end of the playlist. Anyway, back on chill. I mean, rule of cube here is just because it doesn't make sense for someone to be doing something doesn't mean they're not doing that thing. Must insist on that being a rule. Alright, I think we just kind of try and clock them with Karn now. We can't stop Kogla. I mean, I can Maze Mind Tome to see if that gets me something that can stop Kogla. Let's see. Anything? Opponent does the big pause. Oh, they might have Sublime Epiphany, too. Sublime Epiphany would be reacting to all this stuff. Okay. Supreme Will's lovely. I like Supreme Will. At least stop Sublime Epiphany exactly right now. So I'm going to make another Karn token. We're just trying to beat them down here. Very, very worried about Sublime Epiphany. At this point, they're not getting the Mythos. I mean, if they take back their Karn, they can get to the Mythos immediately, though, and then I probably die. Definitely not playing the Mirror. I mean, I guess I am pre-combat playing the Mirror because I have Supreme Will now. But yes, you don't need to tell me to cast the spells in my hand that have mana costs attached to them. Just give me some time for my opponent to try and Sublime this and then get Supreme Willed. Thank God. That was not what I wanted to see at all. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so now we just have to deal with Kogla, which is a challenge, but a surmountable challenge, I hope. Basically, just Karn making yet another token can kind of clock my opponent pretty hard. Also, Fox beats, baby. Fox beats. Get in there, little fox. Get him. Get him good. Oof. If my opponent just, like, cast that on their own turn, I was so screwed. Okay, so they get to Kogla. They can eat the mirror. I guess if they Kogla... I don't think they can get in at Karn this turn. Even if they do kill Karn, I'm kind of fine with that. I have a clock that's about to go off. Kogla trades with a token, but also can just eat the mirror. And they can, like, chump a bit. Basically, if they attack with Kogla and can kill Midnight Clock, it's tough. But we're putting up a good fight. We're putting up a good fight for sure. Okay, they just scooped. That seemed early to me. I guess we did kind of get to force activate the clock, even if we had nothing else going on, before they could kill it with Kogla. I wonder what was in their hand. Maybe just random creatures. But alright, we'll take it. That was some of what I wanted to do. We ramped into Lake Lane. We had the clock. All that stuff. They got hit with all of that. Oh, someone was asking about splashing Cloud Blazer. Maybe we do splash Cloud Razor over the Fox. It is much better. It's a much better card. So let me do some quick shuffling around and adjusting and such. So we're gonna throw in Hallowed Fountain, Cloud Blazer. We're gonna cut Fox. We're gonna add Clifftop Retreat, Savide Triome, cut Fetid Pools, cut an Island. Should I also play Inspiring Vantage for this? This gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 white sources, 5 with Skyclave Relic. Vantage is pretty close to free, but not entirely free. I think it's fine over Mountain. Okay. Alright. See if we get punished for the mana, but that was fun. It was fun to win a game of Cube. Also, Torsades. I think I missed your follow, but thank you for following before. Duralion. Yes, this hand looks very good. D-Rock. If we were just blue-red, then Akoum Warrior would probably be a bit better than Mountain. We are playing 3 colors with a pretty greedy splash, so I don't think I really want a tapped monocolored source in the deck. I'm not even sure Akoum Warrior is better than a Mountain in, like, mono-red, honestly. 4, 5 for 6 is very bad on, like, a scale of Cube. Very weak. No, supposed to be Steam Vents. Shouldn't matter too much, though. Chance of Virtue. Nope, we already streamed a bunch of the Arena Open, so I'm just doing some Cube to kick back and relax a bit at the end of the day. And then the stream will be over once I'm done with this Cube draft. Thassa's Oracle. Okay. Yep. Am I cycling Lake Claim? Probably not yet. I've got the Relic. This card is actually reasonable in the Cube. You can definitely build decks that get to the end of their library. Alright, yeah, I'm going to get the... It's possible cycling there was right. I'm going to get this down. And then we have Maze Mine Tome. Hopefully next time we get the land, we just have Maze Mine Tome plus Supreme Will up. Jade Light Ranger. Alright, so we're just seeing some Sultai value, or blue-green value. Wow, Smooth Ranger there. Smooth Ranger for sure. Spire Bluff Canal. Alright, so getting a little punished for the greedy manas here. I think I will Tome now. Most of the creatures they could play next turn don't scare me too much. I get to draw off Tome. And they got Gear Hulk, which is like a good at eating creatures randomly. Stone Coil for 4. Alright. Sure. Okay, so we got Gear Hulk to flash in and block. Might honestly do that, except for that Supreme Will. See if they go for something pre-combat. No. Alright, so I'm just going to Gear Hulk Ether Stone Coil. I think I am. I have Lay Claim as a backup, so if they like play something really scary, I guess they could just counter this as well, huh? Yeah, that's a punish. That's a punish. We get to Lay Claim the Stone Coil, though, so we're not going to just die. Tome can gain us some life soon. Or we could just rip Magma Quake. I did put it in the deck. We have a couple of looks for it. I guess, do I look for it on my own upkeep here? Palladium Mirror. Let me make sure every of these stops are set here. Palladium Mirror is going to the bottom, because I'm either casting Lay Claim or looking for Magma Quake here. Am I digging? I actually think I will dig. I just have enough huge bombs in the deck. That seems worth looking here. Champion of Wits. Not that into it. CS is tough. Honestly, things might have gone better if I just cast the Gear Hulk earlier. Alright, if they counter this, we die. But there are also lots of 6-drops they could cast that would just blow us out of the water here. It's the problem being a control deck on the draw. We were a bit greedy in all the wrong spots this game. Questing Beast. Verdurous Gear Hulk. That also gets us for lethal. Alright, so... yeah. I just gotta respect the opponent's tapping out a bit more here. Should have probably just held up Supreme Will instead of going for the other play. But yeah, Verdurous Gear Hulk kicking our asses today. Very, very good Magic card. Hand looks great. Bone Crusher Giant's lovely. Bone Crusher Giant's who we needed last game, for sure. Oh, please be mono red. Please be mono red. Please be mono red. No! Alright, do I negate this? I honestly think I do. It stops them from getting a card, it uses my mana this turn, and there's a chance we just like randomly mana screw them. And I always cast Bone Crusher Giant. I actually think I will. Might just want to use this to dig for a land so I can cast Cloud Blazer on time. I don't think we're getting much value from Stomp against the Island Prophetic Prism deck.
Iron Girdler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Alright, cleared out. So, Control Mirror, Pog. I think we wait. Control Mirror actually not super Pog. Fibblethip the Lost. Alright, we will allow that for sure. In fact, in response to my Supreme Will, try to hit a land. So Fibblethip plus Prophetic Prism. Is Yorion in the cube? Can someone tell me whether Yorion is in the cube? Inquiring minds want to know. Alright, so I can take Second Mountain, I can take Castle Vantress. And the double red spell is Magma Quake. I guess it's Chandra as well. I'll take the Mountain. Yorion is in the cube. Alright, that is interesting to hear. There's the deck I want to draft. Quos Ego, thanks for the follow. Alright, we'll hang back with Hieroglyphic Illumination. Boreal Eruption at least can kill some Planeswalkers. Opponent's now seen 2 counters out of us, which might make them a bit shy about a potential third one. Cleverly playing around Voracious Great Shark with this Illumination. Okay, so this feels like Voracious Great Shark, but I think I can play around that one too fluidly. We're just going to hope they don't have much and go for Clock here. Yep, it was the Shark. We have white already. For a person asking about white sources, we have an Inspiring Advantage on the battlefield. And yeah, Shark's really good. I kind of expected it, but it doesn't make it any less painful when it happens. And alright, Chandra is actually great though. Chandra just murders this and then can't get killed by Fibblethip, so hopefully my opponent's just leaving up counter magic and Chandra gets them. Pretty please, don't be leaving up Shark Typhoon or Brazen Power or any of that crap. They've got something. Okay, that's gone. Thoughts Intervention. Alright, good. So my guess is they can probably burn out Chandra, but if they have to spend a whole card on that and some mana, I'm happy. Okay, maybe they don't have the burn. They already played Spikefield Hazard. Okay, so not your own Chandra. Golos. Alright, Golos is scary. Could use a land to kill that one. What does it actually get though? Alright, so just like value Golosing over there. So we get to tick up Chandra, and I could play Cloudblaze or I could just shoot Golos. I think I'm pretty down to shoot Golos. If they have removal, they get to kill Cloudblaze or kill Chandra. I'm just going to try and go all the way with Chandra here, I think. Not all the way, that is, but, you know, enough of the way to force some awkward plays on their part. Yeah, this card's actually very good. This card, probably I'm underrating this in Cube. Champion of Wit's also notably less useful when you're trying to ramp out to 8 drops. You can't just discard lands whenever you want. Still good in Control Mirrors, though. Alright, we did it. They are actually playing the Yorion Sky Nomad deck over here, and this was a good turn. Would really love a land. If I get a land, we should be able to get him. Palladium Mirror, no! Why weren't you a land? Palladium Mirror. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Hope it's fine. Alright, Cloudblazer. Give me some mana. There we go. There you all are. And we don't actually need mana past the 8th one, so I'm going to go Champion of Wits here. Draw some stuff, discard some stuff. Might actually keep Steam Vents. Palladium Mirror doesn't seem so useful. Plus Chandra, which at least forces them to kill Cloudblazer. I guess it doesn't, they can just attack all. This card, this has to be one of the best first picks in the cube. Just works well with so many of the cards that are here already. Even if you're not building around it, and you can build around it pretty well too, I think. Lava Coil Champion, okay. Might as well trade off Cloudblazer while the trading's good. So we don't really have much to do to bounce it or anything. Alright, is anyone just going to pass with a counterspell up? Nope! Alright, well, let's hope they don't negate. Actually, wait. Oh, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. The stuff's gonna go away and Ugin's not gonna be clear at all. Oh no, chat, we're getting outvalued really badly by the Orion deck. What else is new? Sheesh, this is tough. This is tough. Opponents keep doing all these good things. I mean, I'm glad we negated their stupid Prophetic Prism at this point. So we can clear everything with Ugin, but it's going to come back. Magma Quake. Actually, Magma Quake's pretty good. I like Magma Quake here. Alright, so we are going to play around Jawari Disruption as best we can. This is a 5-drop, okay. Ugin sadly just dies even if it resolves. But I guess actually if we kill all their stuff, does Spark Double come back as nothing? Or does it come back as Illyrios? It comes back as nothing, I think. So this is winnable. They have a Castle Vantress and we don't, and they did exile our Champion of Wits. So this is pretty hard. I'm not really sure what our move is. They also counter a Midnight Clock, which is our way of like beating them in the long game. They are going to mill out a turn sooner though, so we have a Magma Quake, so there's some hope of this working. Oh, we also have Chandra. Okay. So they actually do need to kill us. And that's not super trivial. But at the same time, they probably have some creatures in their deck because this is Cube. So we're just going to have to hope that whatever it is, it's like a grounded creature and we can Magma Quake to clear it. Okay, Karn, we can clear that. Not going aggro with the Karn yet here. Alright, you can have... Guess they can have a Mountain, so you get Restoration. Comes close to milling them out, but not close enough for comfort. Sphinx of Foresight. Okay, can't Magma Quake that, so do I lay claim it? Yeah, I believe the plan is to lay claim that, because I can't Magma Quake it, and then Magma Quake everything else in a second. Let's hope this works. Big money, no negate. Big money, no negate. Yep, okay. We're living. We are somehow living. But anything could destroy us, except for a creature. We have that one. We have a creature handled. Close game. I will say that once we started playing a deck that interacted with opponents, our games have at least been interesting. They're going for Seagate Restoration, folks. Okay. Opponent is a maniac who does not care about milling out. Deal. You got it. 6 cards in library. I guess they don't have to care about milling out because Chandra will kill them. Thassa's Oracle, that's a good thought. Thassa's Oracle would be bad. Well, I have Essence Capture for that, so it's no problem. Obviously no problem. Fibblethip and the token attack. Alright, so opponent's got like a Braid or something. Do I ignore this and just hit them with the Sphinx and try to kill them with Chandra? I think the plan is just to hit them with Sphinx here. We'll see. If they have Banefire, we're going to die. If they have Banefire, we're going to die, but I think my plan here is just to keep Sphinx around and try to kill them, because that attack was hella sus. Chromatic Lantern, deal. Okay. Torrential Gearhulk. I actually like that one. I will take that one. Thank you. I guess we actually don't have much in the way of... It gets me 2 cards off Illumination, or it's a Supreme Will, or it's a Negate. Negate's the negate part. That's nice. Swing with Sphinx. Opponent goes real low over there. And I don't think there's much point in Magma Quaking. Well, maybe a Magma Quake, Hold Up Scatter. Yeah, I can Magma Quake for 5 Hold Up Scatter. That actually seems like a pretty good use of a turn. Let's tap a little bit differently, so we're actually doing this right. I wonder if Pact of Negation's in the cube. Okay. What are the cards in my opponent's deck? Is one of them Banefire? Banefire actually seems really nice. I almost wish I'd picked up that one earlier. Pact of Negation is in the cube. Alright, fun. Sky Sovereign Console Flagship. Alright, that is what they were trying to trick me with, I guess. You have a hard time crewing that unless you can resolve a creature. Ah, Scorching Dragonfire takes out the Sphinx, okay. Still gonna have a hard time crewing this without a creature. Never mind, that's Tezzeret. That's gonna crew it. At some point. Not immediately. Alright, so I can Torrential try to draw 2 cards. Hold up Essence Capture. I can just hold Torrential to be able to negate something. Tezzeret beats are they going to kill me fast enough? Hieroglyphic doesn't target us. I can't make them draw 2 cards? I cannot. What am I hoping to get off this if I think I'm going to wait. I feel like my opponent's going to get there, but there are worlds where that doesn't happen. Maybe. Okay, they're tapping kind of low for Vantress, which is nice. We have the 2 counter spells. I need to rip something that can handle Sky Sovereign or gain me some life. I don't even know if they're looking for Thassa's Oracle so much as they knew they had Sky Sovereign and figured they could kill me with it, which is not a bad assumption, all told. We kind of used all of our big chonkers already. Okay, Thopter comes down. Are we just hanging out? Are we waiting? Shoot. Okay, shoot. Alright, well, I guess we allow that to happen, and my new plan is to cast Torrential Gearhulk, flashback Hieroglyphic Illumination, and try to remove their Thopter token, and hope they don't have Negate. New plan! Yes, definitely can't counter Chandra. I am quite aware of that, having cast one myself this game, in fact. Ouch! Alright, well... I've already used Royal Eruption this game too, so I can't burn them out with that. A Braid! That's... Actually, wait, does a Braid do it? If I kill Sky Sovereign, they take 2. I take 2. I take 2 more. We're 1 off? Do I have a way to deal 1 damage to them in my deck? I sure hope so. Okay. Doing our best, chat. Doing our best. I feel like the clock, it's not going to work out for me. We're going to get him to 1. Ah, wait for the crew. That would have been a good idea. No, if I wait for the crew, they can counter the spell. They have their whole deck in their hand. And a Castle Vantress. I assume that they probably can counter whatever I was going to do there. Maze Mind Tome. Alright, well that doesn't gain them life in time, so it's not doing a lot here. Alright, can I draw the burn spell that I'm not aware I have? And then do they not have a counter? That's possibly true. It's possible that was right. I don't know they were going to necessarily go for the crew. Alright. Banefire I didn't draft, alas. Alright, that was close at least. That was close and fun. Opponent had those crazy value turns in the middle, so it's not surprising they were able to squeeze out the win, but we made it interesting. I did like the Cloudblazer choice over Filigree Familiar in that game a lot. And yeah, they just had the control deck that went bigger. Honestly, Yorion decks just seem much better than what we're doing in this cube generally. Yorion's just a ridiculous card. If we had an Essence Capture a bit earlier, maybe we could have gotten somewhere. But the games have been great. This cube does generate some really sweet ones. I mean, we lost to Fling in the very first match we ever played in the cube, which does not get sweeter than that. This hand has no blue mana. I think we can't do that. This hand does have blue mana. We'll do it. I think it's worth keeping the... with Champion, we have a lot of draws to hit white. Does sound like a good week for you, Shark and Bake. Congrats. Barade. Sure thing. Can we just hit Mono Red Aggro this time? Nope. Never lucky. Never lucky. Alright, Champion of Wits. I think so. Resolved. Lovely. Alright, we're going to dump Magma Quake and a Braid, I think. Why not the Mirror to ramp up? What am I ramping into right now, Zeladonio? I can't cast Cloud Blazer because I don't have white mana. I'm really just trying to hit land drops right now, especially because my opponent has red mana open. I don't expect Palladium Mirror to live. I'm really just trying to get an effect that is helpful. Not a bad idea. Like, it's possible the Mirror was the right play there, but the reason was mostly because I wanted to hit white mana and hit land drops, especially. To cast Cloud Blazer on turn 5 if possible. Okay, clock's dece. Let's hit them first, see what happens. Oh yeah, this deck has Shark Typhoon in it. He really didn't draw Shark Typhoon at all this draft. Bone Crusher. This actually seems like a good Palladium Mirror turn. If I draw a land next turn, I can clock Bone Crusher.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
This getting countered isn't too bad. This does give them like Magma Quake or something if they have it. But they're also playing Young Pyromancer, so I was not expecting Magma Quake in their Young Pyromancer deck. But you know, sometimes people just do things, chat. Sometimes people just do things. Alright, Shark Typhoon. So we're going to hang out with that in hand. You live and you learn. We are definitely finding funny ways to get clowned in this cube, I will say that. Definitely have been amused by what's been happening so far. Alright, we go for clock. We'll hang out. We're probably going to try and cast a spell sooner or later. Brineborn Cutthroat. Sure. Brineborn Cutthroat in our Magma Quake deck. So they have conceived themselves as, I guess, blue-red tempo? God, damned if I know. Why the green splash though? Nightpack Ambusher, of course. Probably some Nightpack Ambushers hiding in there. Am I using Screamo? I still don't want to. Skyclaver looks cute. Okay. Smash here, and we'll jam Relic over Clock. If this gets countered, I can cast Royal Eruption, take out the Cutthroat, hopefully. I could just get Voracious Great Shark. Got negated, that's fine. Remember when I got Voracious Great Shark in the other game? That was bad. We like knew it was going to happen, and we just had to let it happen. Cool. Alright, got rid of some stuff. Opponent can cast a 7-drop if they want to, but we have a Cloud Blazer. Double Vision. Okay. I don't know if I'm worried about that or not. I think I'm just playing Cloud Blazer here. Because it can clock them and draw me some lands. Or not. I'm scared of it, but I don't know what they're going to, like, draw a lot of cards, I guess? Sure. This does not go very well with Magma Quake or counter spells. They're around here somewhere. This is just what happened in the Arena Open too. All the lands like to hide on the bottom half of the deck. Alright, never mind. It was terrifying after all. Well, at least everyone else is having much more fun than we are. Everyone is having much more fun than we are in this cube. If I had some lands, we might have been able to play this game. Unfortunately, we didn't have any lands. Oh, Blood Crypt. Sure. Like, I don't think we're doing anything wrong. I think we're just getting kinda unlucky, as can happen. Like, I mean, late claiming the double vision doesn't really... There's not much of a point to that at this point. I guess I'll play Clock now, and... I think my hope is that I just, like, Ugin and somehow it gets there. I feel like Ugin somehow get there could be the play. I guess I should hold Supreme Will. Yeah, Supreme Will hits me to land that I need. Maybe. Alright, what terrifying thing is happening this turn? Direfleet Daredevil, which can copy... I guess a Braid out of my graveyard? Twice? Sure, why not? Kill my shark, kill my... No, they have to pick the same mode in a Braid twice. They just get to kill the clock, they don't get to kill the shark. Yeah. Okay, let's see if my opponent realized that. Maybe not. Okay. So that could have gone worse as turns go. Like, this Ugin's just going to get countered and we're going to be helpless. Oh no, they're going to go Atris. Alright, so I will counter... Do I counter that, or do I not care? Do I just let it happen and hope that we hit Ugin and clear everything up? I think I counter that. Because if I don't draw land, I can still just lay claim the double vision. Which is something. Or I could Mythos the double vision, that's fun. No, we're going to do to our opponent what they did to us, chat. We're going to do to our opponent what they did to us. I don't know if this is going to work, but I want it to work. I'm taking that. And now we are going to be the ones Mythos of ballooning Double Cloud Blazer. No, but where's the sweetness in that? Where's the sweetness in that, I'd like to know. Okay, Scholar of the Lost Trove casts Mythos of Aluna, which means they're going to take back the double vision, I guess? Oh, no, they get their own double vision. Okay, that doesn't seem like what they wanted to do. Right? Maybe? What am I doing now? Is this Ashiok 5 or Ashiok 3 you're talking about? So I can double copy Scholar of the Lost Trove, which gets me back nothing, actually. I can Royal Eruption, which is not very good. I can Royal Eruption Supreme Will. I can also Mythos... Oh, I can Mythos Lay Claim. That's probably better, right? Mythos Lay Claim, take Scholar, take their double vision. Let's do that. Let's do that. That seems like fun. I could Royal twice face, but that's not going to help me at all. 6 damage is not 12. Alright, so we're going to copy Lay Claim. And I will take this one. And I will take... Wait a minute, what? Oh, I targeted their Lay Claim. Oops. Huh. Darn it. That was wrong. That was a mistake. Let's cast Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, that was my bad. So they've still got this, which they shouldn't have. We'll see how hard I get killed. Are they just going to double Banefire me now? Yep. Alright, so, yep, that happened. That was my mistake. I guess I'll never make that play again. Cough, cough. I kind of want to draft again, because, like, the games have been amazing. I'm just losing all of them. The games have been great. I'm just losing all of them. Like, that was exactly the kind of game I want to play. I just like winning those games. Peshor, by the way, thanks for the follow. One more draft. Alright, we're probably not going to play all the games in this one, but I will do it. Let's, Man, do I want to do best of 3 this time? I kind of want a best of 3 this time. Nah, let's just keep seeing all the... Alright, well, best of 3 this time. See if anybody shows up. Everybody might just be doing the regular best of 1s. Oh no, we got some seats. Okay. Like that was my misplay though, right? That was my misplay. I didn't steal their thing the way I'd intended to steal their thing. I think we probably win the game if we steal their thing. And then Ugin. Definitely noticing a lot of games where like Banefire seems like a good card to have access to though. Not a lot of life gain, Lots of just random chip damage being thrown back and forth by creatures. What's an archetype I'd like to hit this time? Just something that like plays to the board pretty well. Something with a bunch of planeswalkers. Oh yeah, that was probably better, huh? That was probably better. I wasn't thinking ahead that much. Alright, so Bone Crusher Giant's the most powerful card in the pack. Ulamog is the card we're never going to cast because we can't draw any lands, so I'm not looking at Ulamog here. Prophetic Prism is the most versatile. Goes in a bunch of decks, lets you hit your colors, etc. It's probably just Bone Crusher Giant is the play to win card. Bone Crusher Giant is definitely the play to win card. I do feel like winning, so I'm going to try to win this time. I like winning. I feel like it's good Magic discipline to sometimes try to win. DJ Blaster Master, as with most things in Magic, it depends. If there are good dual lands, I'll sometimes just pick them first or second or whatever, because it's nice to be open in different colors. You can generally assume that you'll have plenty of playable cards in Cube almost no matter what, unless you like switch colors very late or something, and so it's nice to be able to... Alright, so we got some options. Hazoret the Fervent looks like the thing, right? Are we just going to red rocks people? I think the time has come to mono-red some people. I could also take Heroic Reinforcements and hope Pride of Conqueror's Wheels and have a really good like red-white token thing set up, but Hazoret's just a giant bomb, so we're taking Hazoret. Hazoret doesn't even necessarily mean we're mono-red. We can still be a low-curve red-white aggro deck or something if the packs shake out that way. But... we've been killed by lethal burn spells a couple times already today, and I would like to be doing that to other people instead. Yes, Celadonio, but you don't have to be mono-red to empty your hand. You can still play cheap spells in 2 colors. It's easier to empty your hand if you're mono-red with a very low curve, but... winning takes priority. Plus... chat never gets to see me play mono-red, right? This is like, in Cube is pretty much the only opportunity you're going to get. Alright, and instantly there's nothing. There's nothing for us. Okay, so, if we want to play like a deck that plays Bone Crusher Giant and Hazoret, we have some options. Cardboard Nomad, I don't know what a Cube speedrun is, but we did not do that, whatever it is. Woe Strider is a reasonable aggro card if we want to do black-red. Blossoming Defense is solid for, like, green-red. Valorous Stance is playable but not exciting. Saying that black is open from Woe Strider. We can also take Thundering Rebuke, which is a fine card that keeps us in color. I probably just stay in color here. I don't see anything that's really, like, shoving me in another direction. People do block in this cube, and sometimes you don't want them to do that. And I wouldn't count on cutting a color from the pod, especially this early in the cube. Ah, Cardboard Nova, is that? Yeah, well, we're obviously not doing that now. Although if we were cube speedrunning, and this is the kind of deck I'd want to be playing for the cube speedrun. Okay, so Croxa counts as a bomb. We're taking Croxa now over Active Treason. Kazadu Mammoth's not bad, but I think that Croxa is better. Riverglide Pathway is like kind of help you splash for free, but Croxa seems nuts. I want to try doing that now. So Woe Strider would have been nice had I known Croxa was coming around. Of course we didn't. That is limited. Yeah, I don't need to do much QB Rakdos Sack stuff, so I don't think we're necessarily Rakdos Sack. We could just be black-red aggro, but I'm pretty interested in seeing where this goes. Is Glintsleeve Siphoner in this cube? Shatterskull Smashing Glorybringer. Alright, so 2 of the best red cards in the cube. 2 of the best red cards in the entire cube. Is Glorybringer powerful enough that it's even worth passing up Shatterskull Smashing? I think it's Glorybringer any day too. Yes. Really sad to be passing this, but glory be. Glory be. Siphoner is not... Why would they not put Siphoner in? I mean, yes, it's an energy... I guess they're just avoiding energy cards completely, which I can understand, but... It's one of the best aggressive black-red cards. Alright, Castle Embereth, Young Pyromancer, Electro Dominance. Castle Embereth is cute, but I think I'm still pretty down for just like solid playables, like Young Pyromancer. Weed Magic, I do not want to play Spark Double in my red aggressive deck. No, it's not. Does not sound like what I want to do. And we might be mono red. We might be trying to play Kroxa. See how many black-red lands we happen to pick up. I guess there aren't that many black-red lands printed on Arena, to be fair, so there's a limit to how many we can get. Oh, wow. Alright, so nothing in mono-red. Riel is not actually that interesting. There's not a lot of cycly discardy stuff going on. Sprite Dragon's interesting. Sprite Dragon and Luminarch Aspirant both seem potentially pretty powerful. I think Luminarch Aspirant is slightly better, and I think that white is an easier color to pair with red, so I'm going to take Luminarch here. We also saw some good white-red cards floating around. Alright, Escaped Wilds, Demonic Embrace, Ancestral Blade, I guess? So we might be going in more of a white-red aggro tokens direction. Escape isn't really in our thing. Demonic Embrace is a really heavy black commitment, and I don't think I want to make. Weaponize the Monsters is fun with sack, but we're not necessarily doing sacky stuff right now. Let's take Blade. I think we're going to wheel either Pride or Heroic Reinforcements. We wheeled neither. We did get Unbreakable Formation, but we also got Magmatic Channeler. Huh. Channeler and Crackling Drake, huh? Channeler. Alright. Oh, there's the pack. There's the pack. Alright. So we hit Pride and Reinforcements. Wow, we hit both. Alright, I'll take Reinforcements. Reinforcements is a bomb. Alright, so we are white-red aggro all the way. Probably... Alright, that was great. Act of Treason. Hey, best of 3. I don't think I play it main, but we might play it side. I guess best of 3 is where you don't want to be the aggro cube deck. Magmatic is a great cube card. Very, very sweet. Very sweet card. Yes, I'm enjoying where we're at so far. Fight is 1, Dauntless Bodyguard. Probably want just the 1-drop 2/1. Sure, why not? Alright, so white-red dual lands would be very good to find. Clifftop Retreat, like this one. So even though there is a Skyclave Apparition in the pack, and Skyclave Apparition is excellent, I think it is more important to take the white-red dual land here. It's possible Apparition's good enough this is not the case, but mana is just so freaking essential. We could have hoped to wield the Clifftop Retreat, I suppose, but I don't want to count on that. I don't want to count on that. I think Royal Eruption is pretty likely to wheel. I think we've been doing a good job of cutting red. Okay, so Thalia, Fanatical Firebrand, and Abrade stand out. Thalia is probably the best of these. Slows us down a little bit, but it's probably going to slow our opponents down more. And Abrade not be able to hit face makes it's fine, but we already have Thundering Rebuke. I think this is pretty clear Thalia here. Yeah, Thalia. Sideways Monkey can hopefully wheel from there, yep. Is Feather in the cube? I don't actually know. We would play a Feather in this deck.
We need to be
Michael QF, thanks for the fur. Michelle. Mikel? Thank you for the follow, however you pronounce it. Oh, Feather is good. Yeah, Reckless Rage is also in the cubes. That's fun. Alright, Inspiring Vantage. Easy Inspiring Vantage. Easy Inspiring Vantage. We'll probably get... Wouldn't be surprised if we got Lava Runner back. We might also get Sunwing or Siege Gang, but now we've got our mana feeling much better, and I feel much less compelled to take other white-red duels. Again, this might have wheeled. It might have been we could have wheeled both of these, but... I didn't think it was so likely that I'm willing to give up dual lands in my 2-color aggro deck. Also, our top end is so strong that all we really need are kind of like low-cost dorks to fill in the rest. So I'm like much more worried about mana consistency than card quality. Glorybringer and Hazard are very good, Debo. I do agree. And it will be nice to be on the side of those cards instead of the one playing against the cards for once. Okay, Morag is way too expensive for us. This pack is overall pretty weak. I'm pretty happy with Legion's Landing, though. This card's pretty decent. This is not an Oketra's Monument deck. Comes down. We don't really want to be doing this instead of playing Creature on turn 3. Kazul's Fury... It might be that Kazul's Fury is actually better than Legion's Landing. Huh. I think it's more likely to wield than Legion's Landing. Tough call, tough call. Adonto Vanguard. Hello, get in my deck, thank you. I've already talked about Adonto Vanguard a lot on this stream. Hey, Drock, thanks for first time subscription. Thanks so much. Ah, weed. Maybe I'll get one later. That was nice. Probably D-Rock, not Drock. Yeah, no, I'm not passing up Shock for Adonto Vanguard. Shock is deal 2 damage to something. Adonto Vanguard is just deal 3 damage to something every turn. Because your opponent has to either take it to the face or block it. Celadonio, is Adonto really that much more annoying than other cards like... I don't know. I feel like Soltari Priest is up there. Oh, hello. Hello! So Torbran is nice too, but obviously it's Embercleave. This is one of the best cards in the cube. You may be right, Rooney. I feel like the landing just goes so well in the green-white token decks, which is a major archetype, where Fury doesn't really have a clear archetype aside from mono-red. But it is a dual spell land, so... A, B, C, always be cleaving, yes. This is nice. I feel like I'm a different streamer today. I'm like taking Embercleave in cube and everyone's cheering. It's like what I watch like Autumn do or something. It's kind of an out-of-body experience. Alright, so, Nothing that's like an obvious standard playable red-white aggro card. So Giant Killer is good for getting big creatures out of the way, and the tap is nice. Shepherd of the Flock is good at saving things. It's also just a 2-mana 3/1, which is a much more aggressive card than Giant Killer. This is close. I think I'm slightly more interested in Giant Killer here. But it's really close. It's really close. Take Giant Killer. Okay. Kenra and Rimrock Knight. 2 excellent 2-drops. I think Kenra's a bit better. Kenra seems a bit better. The Eternalize really puts it over the top. Underworld Ragehound. Yep. Yeah, landing pushes us toward having 1-drops a little bit more. Hey, Diagonal Monkey. Hello. Vlad GG, thanks for the follow. We don't have much removal or burn yet. Yep, that's true. Not much removal. Alright, so... this is not an outstanding U2 Lava Runner deck. Our deck has 4 total instants and sorceries. So I might be on Kinjali's... I'm actually on Kinjali's Sunwing here. We have almost no 3-drops, and Kinjali's Sunwing is a pretty good one. Kazul's Fury Wield, easy game, easy life. Lightning Axe for the sideboard, you never know. Torbran Wield, hey. Is Torbran actually better than Captivating Crew? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, easy. Keel Merrill, you could not be more right. Or Keel Mary? Keel Mary. Yeah, we got a deck here. We've got a 2-pack deck here, and the question is just what do we need more of? Good 3-drops would fill in our curve pretty nicely. More dual lands, obviously, are always welcome. Phoenix of Ash is a great 3-drop. Love that one. I like Mentor the Meek, too, but this is a Phoenix deck. Yes, Fairy Never. A lot of 2-drops with 1 toughness. We're gonna try and avoid Goblin Chain Whirler if we can. Yeah, Mentor's good, and it'll probably wheel. People don't respect Mentor enough. Much better than Green-White Token Archetype that has a bunch of mana to go with it. Alright. Alright, this is a pack. Rekindling Phoenix seems pretty good. Got 3 4-drops already, so this would be our last one for sure. Soulscar Mage is also, you know, one of the best 1-drops in the cube, but I believe it's just Mythic Bomb here. It's the bombest of bombs in like in Ixalan draft. Here it's good. It's good. Soulscar probably wheels. Ooh, okay. So here's a question: Are we willing to go double white for History Banale, or we just pick up Isamaru? I do think Phoenix is better than Boat. I just think 5-drops in general are a space we don't want to be treading in too much. Definitely not Obosh. We are not an Obosh deck, and it's a pretty bad 5-drop by itself. History or Isamaru? I think Isamaru's going to wheel. I'm going to take History. History with reinforcements is just so nuts. It's like double white's not trivial, but we do have a couple dual lands. I'm hopeful we can pick up one more, because I haven't seen Sacred Foundry or Pathway or... There's at least one more. I haven't seen that one yet either. We have Dauntless Bodyguard as far as other knights go, but History is just very good at being attacking for 10 damage over the course of 3 turns. And I don't think History means we're not playing Torbrand necessarily. And we'll see how the mana lines up. We might have to make a choice. I'd probably rather have Torbrand than History overall, but we can use curve considerations and such. Alright, Tajik. Oh, there's a Pathway. So, while Tajik, Scorch Spitter, and Magma Jet all have their charms, I guess even Fearless Fledgling is not bad. I'm just going to take this Pathway and keep the mana cleaner. We already have plenty of spells for the deck, we just need to make sure we can cast them. And Tajik might wheel. Alright, so Emperor's Shieldbreaker and Insult to Injury. This card is... Yeah, this card basically reads win the game for 6 mana in our deck, and it's not bad at 3 mana either. Oh, Savai Triumph is a red-white land, though. It's tapped, but I think it's still important to have the red-white land here. Insult to Injury is nice, 6 mana is expensive, Shieldbreaker is kind of medium. I'm just going to take this Triome. Okay. Alright, so are we Banefire or are we Frenzy? This is great. 2 very memey cards. I think I don't really want 2 Triomes. I think I'm going to leave Raugrin out here. I think... Or do I leave Raugrin? Do I just take Raugrin and just say, like, no to both these kind of expensive cards? Maybe we just keep taking lands and making our deck consistent and stuff, huh? Frenzy's not actually that great. Our curve's a little high for it. We're not doing, like, Runaway Steamkin. Alright, we'll take Triome. Frenzy and Hazard also an on-bow. Hellrider. Hellrider. Why is Countless Years Renegade in this cube? What is this? What are we doing here? Is this the best we could do for white 2-drops? Anyway, Hellrider. Hellrider. Castle Ardenvale is kind of sketch. Kind of sketch. Selfless Savior is also kind of sketch. It's just not hitting that hard. I think I'll take Angel of Sanctions for maybe a sideboard thing. Oh, is there a throne in that pack? I might just have, like, literally... My eyes might have just gone right over it and passed away. Alright, we'll take Mentor. Mentor's looking more sideboardy as well. Maybe it's actually fine, though. Maybe it's actually fine. We were good at just stacking up raw damage at people with enough cards. And it's great with History Banale, of course. Great with Young Pyromancer. Soulscar Mage. Yes, please. This is going to be an interesting deck to build. I am going to make some bad choices, probably. Carl Yuri, which comment was that? I'm just, like, spewing words all the time, so I never know what people are referring to when they say that thing you said. Oh, the fledgling? Ooh, Cleric. Alright, I think Cleric is a sideboard card, probably, but maybe not. 2-in Flyer. 2-in Flyer can do some work. Alright, oh wow. Alright, it's Tajik, right? Tajik is explosive. Oh, Countless Gears Renegade, yes, that should not be in the cube. Scorch Spitter's fun, but we do have a couple tap lands already. I'm just gonna take Tajik. Tajik is messed up. We could probably have been mono red though, which is funny to think about. Shieldbreaker definitely better in best of 3. Could board that in pretty easily. Frenzy, maybe for best of 3. All right, how are we gonna build this deck? How are we gonna build this deck? I almost want to like throw everything out and just like put in the cards I love for sure and definitely want in the deck. So we only ended up with 5 total instants and sorceries. So I kind of don't really like Young Pyromancer or Soulscar Mage. Like, this is maybe going to make a token sometimes. I think every other 2-drop is better. Yes, this cube is all unique cards. As are most cubes. Magmatic Channeler also might be kind of bad, huh? Under those same conditions. It's like a 1-3, it doesn't attack well. Really good late, really good late. Is the Soulscar Mage's passive very good? The problem is I just don't have much burn. We have like 2 burn spells and we have like Glorybringer. And that's about it. I guess we have Bone Crusher as well. Let's see. I guess we have Bone Crusher and Giant Killer. Yeah, Soulscar Mage is a 1-drop, but if it's a 1-drop that just is 1 power, if it's just a 1-2, I don't like it. I guess it curves reasonably well with like Ancestral Blade. But yeah, what if we just say these are probably not great, we cut them and we keep the cards that are just powerful on their own? That's helping. We're getting somewhere. Is this a 16 land deck? We got 5 4-drops. 5 4-drops is probably too many. Probably Mentor of the Meek leaves. Oh, Kazul's Fury is a land, right? So this will play. Huh. I almost wonder if we're supposed to like want to start our curve on 2, but that's probably not right. Like if we cut Fanatical Firebrand on its Bodyguard and just played to be more of like a power red-white aggro deck. But completely abandoning 1-drops can't be right. Can it? I just always think Fanatical Firebrand is really underpowered. If I'm just thinking about Philosophy of Fire, like how much damage is each card in this worth? Is Kabira Takedown worth playing? That's a question. Maybe? Is Torbrand too hard to cast? Well, that sort of depends, right? Like, we can choose how heavily we want to be in each color. We could make this deck almost mono-red splashing white. We could make it much more even. I will say Torbrand does not curve particularly well with a lot of our cards. Like, most of our creatures are white here. Torbrand is probably the weakest of our 4-drops. Integrity Intervention's probably a little bit too weak. Kabir Takedown... Yeah, might as well try it. It gives me 4 tap lands, though, which is iffy spot to be in. We can cut 1. We can even cut like a Plains and a Mountain. We could cut 1 of the Triomes, potentially. Cut a Triome, cut a Plains. I'm now at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 white sources and 12 red sources. We've got a lot of double red and only 1 double white, so it's probably a Plains is the cut. And then we're down to... We can even cut another land, I guess. Cut the Mountain. So 15 lands, but 2 of these, and then... Probably Mentor is the easiest cut. We're not going to have a lot of spare mana floating around since we just went down to 16 lands. Okay. Yeah, it seems fine. I don't want to spend a ton of time deck building because I've already had quite a long stream today. Let's try this. If, like, Fanatical Firebrand turns out to suck, then we might take things in a different direction. Yeah, Mentor and Hazoret don't go together. Alright, we finally have a deck with like a real clear plan. Let's see if we can get some people with it. Possible Thalia would also be a reasonable cut. It's pretty bad with History of Benalia and Heroic Intervention, but it probably also screws over a lot of our opponents. Huh. This hand is Oxos. Legion's landing in a bunch. I think I still keep it because Glorybringer's nuts. And any creatures we draw make it pretty reasonable, but it's medium. Zeladonio Roughness was pretty good. But yeah, some of that stuff was a little underpowered, no doubt. Alright, so I think this is a good time to get the tap land down. I really want to curve out to Glorybringer, so I don't think we're going to be using Kabir Takedown here. Now, do we have early blockers? Swarm Shambler. Alright, we can attack past that one pretty... Ooh, History of Benalia. History of Benalia. Do not think they're going to block here, which means we get to do this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. On curve! Alright, you want to play something big so I can Thundering Rebuke it? Preferably something big without a 1/1 counter on it. Oh wow. Opponent is here with the tech for us. Okay. That is a brick wall. We're going to have to kill that, maybe. Brutal. Pre-sideboard tech. Wow, that is timing. That was a decision on how to time something. But all right, with Glorybringer, I think we actually just slam Sunwing here, because Glorybringer is just Thundering Rebuke next turn. That gives us no attack this turn, but I think that's fine. I think we're just going to maximize the value of the next one. Problem is, this is cube, so our opponent could just cast Shatter the Sky or whatever. But I'm hoping it's some big ol' fat boy that comes in tapped. I assume Shatter's in the cube. I feel like they would have both Shatter and Wrath in here. Unless they're making a deliberate decision not to. Okay, that's a real power card there, Wilt. Sure is nice playing in 6 and not blue in them, so you have to worry the Glorybringer getting countered. I guess I could get Valorous Stanced or something, but... Rawr! Rawr! Don't Valorous Stance me, rawr! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody's coming in now. Oh! That was the attack all button, chat. That was the attack all button. That doesn't let you exert. Alright, chat. It's been a while since I played any Amonkhet Limited, so that's my bad. That's my bad. We get to exert it next turn, though. That'll be fun. Alright, it is Punt City today. We are living in Punt City. So now they're going to Elspeth Conqueror's Death us or something, and it'd be so sad. Oh wait, they just let Swarm Shambler die. Alright. Opponent helpfully punts right back. We take those. With confusion, but gratitude. Well, Napoleon, I was planning on them having one less blocker, was the thing. Was planning on them having one less blocker. Alright, if this is their plan, this is not going to work very well. This doesn't even work with Glorybringer's Exert. I think I still rebuke it, though, because it's cramping my style with that first strike over there. Alright, now we're going to do it correctly. 1, 2... There we go. See? Obviously worth. Alright, well this is going according to plan so far. I'm going to need something that is not a creature to block with. And you can't block with things that aren't creatures, so I think we probably got him. Ooh, Voracious Hydra. Alright, alright. That temporarily does keep you alive and kicking. That's okay. Yeah. Cube, everybody. I think they forgot it came into play tapped. Big shrug for me, dog. Big shrug for me. Anyway, that was cool. Sideboarding against them. So they are They are playing a reasonably defensive deck over there. So I kind of want to go more in the value creature direction. Like, I kind of like Angel. And I kind of don't like Fanatical Firebrand against... I guess it picks off Swarm Shambler nicely, but it's pretty bad against everything else. We saw one equipment. I don't think that's enough for me to want Shield Breaker. Do I want Mentor? I guess the question is, do I want Chandler? I think Thalia doesn't seem very good. Their deck seems very creature heavy. I'll put Chandler in instead. One Angel of Attack, yes. Very, very good, very good. Could do Mentor over Chandler. I like Chandler for the long games, though. I'll try this. Giant Killer looks quite good. Alright. Ideally, we just kill them with Hazoret. Does not seem like they're going to have too many Hazoret answers. This curve looks good. This is just a playlist on Spotify called Royalty Free Lo-Fi. Highly recommended. Oh dear, 1-2. Alright, opponent came prepared, chat. Opponent came prepared. That blocks Remorseful Cleric, and Underworld Rangehound, and it escapes. To kill Glorybringer. Ooh. Yeah, sheesh. Opponent really, going hard in the paint here with these 1/1s or whatever. This does help me actually hit lands on curve, which does not seem terrible. I'm not that interested in jamming Underworld Rangehound here. I think we just go Chandler. And make sure we can curve out into Angel of Sanctions here. Jeez. Alright. Opponent's got the aggro curve here. Oh god. Math is for blockers. And we're that. We're a blocker. It's terrible. Alright, so I can jam Ancestral Blade, throw it on Chandler. Don't need to dig for lands yet. I'd rather keep it untapped to block. I guess Underworld Ragehound is a good blocker, but then attacks into Skyclave Cleric and dies? That's not ideal. Let's go Blade, and then... I think we equipped Chandler. This runs the risk of opponent just kills the Chandler with something that hits me for 6. Okay, alright. I would like to find a copy of Thundering Rebuke. Pretty please, or Glorybringer, that would also work, jeez. Alright, well, Shalai plus Rishgar is going to kill us in short order. We need to get rid of Shalai now. Embercleave. Maybe this is one I should actually take out on the draw. Opponent's deck definitely has some functionality to it, for sure. Alright, Thundering Rebuke. Oh, baby, baby! Oh, baby, baby! We did it! Kind of. Still in trouble, but... You can get that out of here right now, thank you. And, here's a 2-drop. I mean, Opponent's deck didn't look bad last time. We just had a much better curve last time. History of Benelli and a Glorybringer will murder people. Okay, Divine Visitation. I suppose it's probably a little too much to hope that their last card doesn't combo with this in some ridiculous way, huh? Looks like they may have a castable spell, though. No, we're just attacking. Are we attacking? No. Alright, so... Glorybringer. So we're going to just dig for... Man, am I discarding Embercleave? I mean, their draw was fine, Zilidoni. Their draw was like a normal number of things to play in cube. We just ran them over. I will... Alright, so I think I discard... Yeah, I think it's just Embercleave. I think we have to beat them with a value game here. And if I whiff on lands, I would like to be able to cast Hellrider. Just to have something to do. Angel can come back from the graveyard, so maybe that's a better choice, but I would also like to just cast it in the regular way. Now we'll do Sanctions. It's tough, it's tough. Alright, can we land? Yes, we did. Sick. Alright. So, Glorybringer is a super duper bomb. Glad we have this instead of Shadow School Smashing. Embercleave can be defensive, it's true. Okay, so they are really far from escaping Arachneer, so I could swing with Glorybringer and Cleric. I am definitely the beatdown deck now with Embercleave still in my hand. So I think we just wipe out the Arachneer here and swing for 6. We can also wipe out Rishkar, which cuts off a bunch of their mana. So maybe we just wipe out Rishkar this turn. Yeah, I like wiping out Rishkar actually, and just keeping the Cleric back. Do I hit Shambler with the Glory? I think I hit Rishkar. I think I want to take 3 of their mana. Yes, I'm aware that the spider can escape. We have Remorseful Cleric and they have 1 card in their graveyard, so I'm not that worried at the moment, but we'll just shoot Rishkar here. This is just spell, right? This is just spells. Okay. Shambler makes 4/4 Angels if I hit their creatures with spells, which I have like 2 of at this point. So it's pretty easy to avoid the Shambler. Sacred Cat. Alright, well, at least it's not an angel yet. Maul the Skyclaves. Alright, so we're... Feels like we're in solid shape. I feel like we can be... Like, this is a reasonable position. Alright, what are we doing now? Giant Killer. Alright, so that can kill Cleric, but Shambler will make a token, and we don't want that to happen, so I'm not going to do that right now. Can just cast Hellrider. I can dig with Channeler and look for a land to animate Angel of Sanctions and take away Divine Visitation or something. This is escape for 4 other cards. I mean, what are we cleaving, though? There's a 4/6 on defense. I don't really want to cleave anything. I mean, we could attack with a Remorseful Cleric and then cleave it, but then we lose Remorseful Cleric and we can't get rid of their Spider. So I don't like that. Yeah, maybe we just go after Divine Visitation here, I think. I think we just try to Angel them. And discard... Yeah, this doesn't seem like a Hellrider game, really. Hellrider can't attack very well. We're not attacking with lots of creatures. Let's just see what we dig up off Channeler. No, Rekindling... Oh, okay, we actually take Rekindling Phoenix here, because this comes into play tapped. So I'll just take the Phoenix. It's a pretty good card, nonetheless. Trades with Angels all day and all that. Do I play Giant Killer? That's interesting. This can tap stuff. Maybe I actually do play Giant Killer. They only have 1 good blocker at the moment. Yeah, I'm going to play Giant Killer. I'm going to play Embercleave next turn. That's the plan. Okay. This works well. Alright, just need them not draw March of the Multitudes. Johnny the Greathearted. That's fine. That's fine. Boros midrange, I mean, it's cube, baby. It's a, historic level cube. You're gonna get some just mid-rangey piles sometimes. Also, Magnetic Channeler has been unbelievable this game. I think this is supposed to just be in the deck all the time, and maybe Thalia is the sideboard card. Opponent's choice is just to gain some life. Okay. And attacks. Until I exert the Shambler to cut down the Cleric. I mean, we could, but I also just like having the tap. Like, these are all options, right? I just like the tapping and casting Embercleave next turn is very good. So Rekindling Phoenix blocks for free. Like, actual free. I guess they're trying to escape the Spider later? I mean, I'm happy to just eat the Swarm Shambler. They have no mana. This I don't want in the graveyard yet, because it can... I mean, I guess I can just put it in the graveyard, and then I can remove their whole graveyard, too. Maybe we just don't need Remorseful Cleric that much. Inamom's a 4 for Angel, but not if we Remorseful Cleric it. Not if we Remorseful Cleric it. They also can't escape the spider if they're dead. That's true. Let's go for this. Okay, so we don't need to exile the graveyard yet, so we get to untap and at least hit them with the cleric. Okay, so if we Angel of Sanctions their cleric, we also just kill them, I think? That seems simpler than the Embercleave thing. Fun though Embercleave is, I believe this just works perfectly well. Okay. Alright, Magmatic Channeler was unreal. Was just unreal, that game. Yes, Illidonio, I'm aware I could have tapped plus Embercleave. I noticed that a few people are doing a bit of this, like the you could have X. If you're going to suggest a play, I'd recommend suggesting, like, you know, why might this be better than the play I made? Or, you know, as opposed to just like, this play existed on board. Because, you know, we have a lot of cards, a lot of mana, we're always going to have multiple plays we can make. But just say, you could have done X, or why didn't you X? Is like, you know, suggest a reason you think the play is better. Is helpful. We can all learn together. Alright, so yeah, I think maybe Ancestral Blade is the card that comes out, actually. And Thalia is just actually really good. Alright, we'll cut Ancestral Blade and bring in Channeler. There's also a small victory in not having to cleave people, that's true. Jeebus Diabetes, thanks for the follow. I mean, closely, the persona I aim for is like Jeff Hoagland with less universal healthcare and fewer swears, so I'm just copying his whole shtick. No double red. We still curve out 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty okay. Yeah, I don't like Fanatical Firebrand that much. I could see it being cut for the main deck. It's just maybe if you're super all in mono red, but we're not. We're trying to do a little bit more of a long game. Don't you dare stomp this bodyguard. You can kill it, but don't you dare stomp it. Alright. Hit the double red at least. Eventually, if we can draw Channeler, Channeler would turn this hand into just pure gas. Alright, I'm stomping them now. I'm just going to play this out, I think. Have my 4-3. Oh, never mind. I'm going to play this. Somewhere between Jeff Hoagland and Reed Duke, where most of humanity also exists. Are you allowed to sacrifice Dauntless Bodyguard if there's no creature? No, that might be a thing I genuinely didn't know. That would be a useful piece of advice. Chat, is that how it works? Okay, that is helpful to know. Thank you. See, that's good advice, right? There's a reason to do it, and it's a thing I didn't notice that I could have done when there was nothing else I could have done, right? Instead of alternative to the play, it's, hey, you literally didn't make a play, and you could have made the play, and it probably would have been alright. Very helpful, very helpful. Alright, this curve is insane, so we're just gonna murk the Woe Strider here. Kabira Takedown coming in handy. Good job, Kabira Takedown. Alright, card that gets us here is Sweltering Suns. Let's hope it doesn't happen. We could have played it down to Vanguard to play around that. That might have been better. Just because pretty much the only thing that beats us with Sunwing out. But that was smooth and clean. I like that. Are we just always cutting Firebrand for Angel of Sanctions? We might always just be cutting Firebrand for Angel of Sanctions. They're like Black-Red Sack. I guess Black-Red Sack might have like Blood Artists and stuff that Firebrand is good at punching out. Do we want to cleave on the draw? Good question. How aggressive are they? They look like they had a pretty low curve. I think cleave is still kind of... They don't seem that aggressive. I think Sanctions over Firebrand on the draw seems good, and I'll keep everything else the same. Cleave is very good, yes. It's not that hard to get it down at some point. That is probably true, Carl. And yet, don't blame them for just giving it nice and early. Okay, Knight of the Ebon Legion. That is not one that Firebrand deals with. It is one we can Thundering Rebuke. I believe we're just casting Giant Killer here. It blocks Knight, which is something. And I don't see us Giant Killing. Yeah, I just want to cast the spell. It gives us spells for the next 2 turns, which is nice. Yeah, just getting Firebrand for Ancestral Blade is also reasonable. Null Priest. Alright, opponent is actually being pretty aggro here. Solid stuff, solid stuff. So am I just casting Kenra to block? We could chop that and activate a Knight at some point. It's just feel like it's really hard to hold up 3 mana in this deck. We're really trying to curve every time if we can. This is Menace and Lifelink. Alright. Yeah, I think we're in Kenra to block territory here. That's fine. Rekindling Phoenix is pretty gross. These colors don't have too much exile removal. There is like Lava Coil, Ross's Contempt. Oh, Zilladonia, when do you think the vampire is going to get too big? I'm curious. Like, I mean, I could also just block it with my Kenra like this. Boop. Like, they have to be dealing 4 damage to me consistently, and I have plenty of chances to rebuke the vampire later. So now, with no other plays, I'm just going to rebuke the Null Priest, because it's gaining them life every turn, and they also missed a land drop. Does appear they may be stuck on lands again. Judith the Scourge Diva. Alright, how are we sequencing this? I believe it's going to be Phoenix into Hellrider here. Hellrider does get to attack this turn. No, it can get Judith can trade with it. I'm just going to jam Phoenix here. They did have Spikefield Hazard, yes. That was game 1. So I expect they probably have it here too. Stomp is lovely. Love that one. Alright, so I believe I'm just going to swing... We're going to swing at Phoenix first. If they want to kill it, I want to kill Judith in response so they can't ping the egg. Cool, alright, so they're bedeviling this. We're going to stomp Judith now so they can't ping the egg, and then we just get to cast Bone Crusher Giant. Which is delightful. So this means they can't do what they were probably trying to do, which was make an egg and then, you know, you have some creature die with Judith. So now they're forced to kill the egg, which means we get Bone Crusher Giant down. Bone Crusher Giant is really good. Oof. It is fun if they exile the Phoenix. If they'd exile the Phoenix and not kill the egg still deals damage with Hellrider and Heroic Reinforcements, which is pretty delightful. Alright, so this is going to be Hellrider now and then Reinforcements next turn, I think. Hellrider. Red is probably my least favorite color in Magic, but I do love Hellrider. Oh, opponent's got their own Rekindle, you know, Pheno. Is that going to work? Is that going to work? So, I play Reinforcements. I have a 5-4, a 4-4, 2 2/2s. They take 4. They are going to 1 off of that then. They can block the Bone Crusher. Then I've still got Hellrider, I've got Kenner in the graveyard, so I believe we're just putting them in 1 here. Off to 1 you go. Oh, okay, we're 0. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Alright, let's swap out Fanatical Firebrand, I think. A lot of opponents deciding just to die. I mean, math was for blockers. Sometimes you just don't feel like taking a math test. Blocks are for mathers. I like that more than I probably should. I am amused by that. Alright. Firebrand's out. Sword's in. It's possible we're being really dumb and playing like Underworld Ragehound over Angel of Sanctions. In fact, let's do that. Angel of Sanctions is just an extremely good Magic card.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, Chad. That's the goal.
I feel like we're like doing a good combination of like having some pressure to force opponents' decisions, but then also just having better cards. Oh, I'm sure they were dead next turn regardless, especially with Kenner in the graveyard. Ale Draco86, thanks for the follow. Yeah, there are also just a lot of cards in this format that embarrass Underworld Ragehound, whether it's first strikers or tokens or... Looking good. Definitely jamming Giant Killer on turn 1 here to make sure we can Hazoret on time.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Agromir? Ooh, Agromir. Agromir. Alright, don't chain whirler me, buddy. Just don't chain whirler me. That's all I ask. All I ask is that you not combine that card with the card Goblin Chain Whirler. Hazoret's probably good in the red mirror. Okay, opponent's going hard in the paint with this stuff. History of Analia is a good draw. That's a very good draw indeed. They can trade, I don't really care. Kenra's not doing anything spectacular here. I wonder if my opponent thinks they're the beatdown, because they are not the beatdown. Chain Whirler is still very good here, of course, if they have it. But we can just rebuke it and move on with our lives, to some extent. Svimixon MTG, thanks for the follow. Captain Lannery Storm, that is considerably less frightening than Goblin Chain Whirler. Curious to see if this is going to be like Token Shock the Knight. Token Infuriate.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, cool. Maybe they thought Lannery Storm got +1/+1 instead of +1/+0. It does not. Ooh, Phoenix Bash. Alright, don't Magma Spray me, bro. Don't Magma Spray me, bro. Attack with Giant Killer because I'm not blocking with it, and if they block it with Lava Runner, they can't block Kenra. And I bet they might be kind of interested in blocking Kenra by now. Nope, okay. Who's the beatdown? Who's the beatdown? I mean, they could play Rekindling Phoenix. Rekindling Phoenix would kind of eat my lunch. Ooh. Boros Mirror. Boros Mirror? It's a Boros Mirror. That's fun. Rooney, thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out today as well. Alright, Ranger Rios, how many more 1-drops are they running? Let's find out. Okay, opponent has a lot of 1-drops. Grim Initiate, real glad I'm not running Fanatical Firebrand and Underworld Ragehound against this one. Initiate is down. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a good wall you've built there, opponent. So, we just rebuke the Ranger. I could also just Channeler tap something. Could tap the Ranger. Ranger trades with the token, which I don't really want to happen. Darn it. This is the intellectual part of Agromir's that is not my best spot. This takes them to 9 guaranteed. This can't attack while this is out. So I could also tap this down to guarantee an attack from Kenra. That actually seems kind of nice. Although I do want to be able to... I also high premium on casting both of my spells. Because I want to cast Hazoret next turn and just guarantee it attacking, which I can't otherwise do unless I have a land. So let's rebuke... I'll rebuke Ranger, get my free attacking with Knight. And then we'll just cast Chandler.
We need to become Aaron Gertler tonight, chat. That's the goal.
Okay, first striker is gone. Good, good. The Soul Scar can set up a Hazoret kill, but we'll at least get an attack in first. Getting an attack in is great. And opponent's going to have a lot of different places to aim all their burn spells, because Phoenix is killing them. This Magmatic Chandler is an incredible tool for me to have in the late game. Of course, there are a lot of bomb 5-drops in this cube. They could Glorybringer me here, and that would be tough. JQZ, thanks for the follow. Phoenix of Ash is fine. That one doesn't bother me too much. Their graveyard's a bit more stressed than mine because they have to accommodate all this stuff. Alright, so Hazoret and attack all, I think, is the move. Just keep hitting them with stuff. Not Chandler, of course, but... Grim plus Soul Scar is a bit tough. We're just going to try and keep them way down over there. No particular reason to use Channeler. I think I'd rather just play this land guaranteed or hold it for Channeler. I should actually hold it for Channeler. Don't mind trading Kenra for 1/1 if it means they have to block Hazoret with a real creature. We could also just play... If we play Triumph, we can hit a land off Channeler for a guaranteed Kenra, which could be really good, actually. Maybe want to do that. Could save the land for Hazoret to snipe for 2. I think we're not hitting them quite that hard now. Alright, so they have Shock. I guess they have had Shock the whole time they're about to play it with the Soulscar Mage block. So that's a little bit of a blowout for me, unfortunately. We had to get the Shock out of their hand sooner or later. Oh, Rimrock Knight. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's fine. Oh, wow. They're just going to 4, huh? Interesting choices. Definitely playing the land. Huh. So Lavamancer can shrink Hazoret, but can't kill it. Can shoot Giant Killer, then Phoenix isn't coming back for a while. I also have Phoenix coming back next turn if I want it to. Okay. Hey, Jason! Oh, okay. I believe the opponent has given up. This attack is very aggressive. And Hellrider straight up murders them, so we're just going to cast that. Yes, indeedy. Also, Phoenix of Ash was lethal there, so we didn't even need the Hellrider. Yeah, Light Up the Stage, I guess, was possible. Anyway, I don't even want Firebrand in this matchup. I just never want Firebrand. So Shieldbreaker takes out their Embercleave. Don't know if that's worth it by itself. Integrity is kind of interesting. A life gain burn spell that's also like a real cheap spell I can use to protect a creature early. Phoenix also just killed them. I could have done that. I wanted to cast Hellrider, though. I like casting Hellrider. Lightning Axe is kind of interesting. Firebrand killing Lavamancer is nice. Lavamancer is a bit scary, but I don't think it's enough by itself to work. Is this another Thalia out matchup? Yeah, Thalia just doesn't quite impress me enough here. Well, the first strike's really good on defense, I guess, but not against the 2-3. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Nah, Thalia's a good blocker. Keep that in. I'll stick with this. Two, 1 for strike and cube. Oh yeah. Sneap. Final Apple of Doom. Blessed RNG. Thank you both for the follows. Alright, this time I'll remember that Dauntless Bodyguard can be sacked.
Tonight, that's the goal.
In case they try to stomp it or something. How do Thalia and Cleave interact? It should be 2 max. If you cost 1 more, but then you cost 1 less, you still cost no more. Glorybound Initiate's terrifying. Okay. Opponent came prepared. Came prepared. I'm blocking this Lava Runner? They have Embercleave, but I also have Embercleave, and I have Embercleave in hand. But I can't cast Embercleave yet. I think I don't. I think I don't. That's weird. That's tough. All right, now that I've seen this, of course, I suddenly really want... really want Firebrand back in my deck, because killing this is very good. Especially because he can throw Cleave on this and hit me for 10 with Lifelink. Look at all the 1 toughness creatures that are just like playable in this format where you don't have access to... Oh, did one forget their Initiate? Do I have to block Robber anyway? They had Adanto Vanguard, Jesus. Alright, I think I actually have to block Robber because my opponent getting like free Adanto Vanguard seems like way more than I want to see. Killing the Initiate's really tempting, of course, but I think we decided to go for that. And now we'll go History of Benalia, got a couple blockers out, get some Vigilance going, Combat Step abilities. Hope they don't just go land cleave me. Okay, that's fine. Are we exerting this time? We are exerting this time. Alright, I'm still definitely blocking Lava Runner here. Huh. Yeah, we just got kind of run over here, unfortunately. Is the move Sunwing or Hellrider? Sunwing's a bit more mana efficient. I guess it's Sunwing in case they have like Lannery Storm in hand or something. But yep, I think we just get tempoed out, same way we tempoed them out last game. Alright, do we double block and get blown out by a burn spell? Or do we just like take it, go to 7, and possibly get... I guess they could just Castle Emberth and trade it with both of our creatures. But I think I'm willing to do that, honestly. I think I am willing. Cool, alright. Oh, we even got to keep a creature, that's nice. Captivating Crew. Yikes! Yikes has been called. That's really, really good against us. So I can Tajik. Oh, Tajik having first strike on the way back is cool. Except for the part where they can steal it. Did they order the blockers wrong? Were they going to be able to kill everything there? I don't think they were going to be able to kill everything there unless they use Castle Emberth, right? If they put the 2/2 first, then what happens? Don't they just deal 2 to the 2/2 and it doubles? It takes 4 and 2/2 takes 3. Yeah, actually, well the problem is I can't do that because they have Captivating Crew in place, so what am I blocking with? I'm not blocking anything. Could they assign 1 damage to each? I should really know how that works at some point. I still don't actually understand all the rules of Magic. Alright, we'll go Tajik here. It's a reasonable blocker. They can steal it. I mean, I'm attacking for... Whoops! I was not supposed to attack with both there. Now we're dead to Captivating Crew. That was an accident. Did not mean to click attack with all. Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. Alright, well, we'll see what they do. Maybe there's some way we crawl back into this with Angel of Sanctions or something? Bad feeling about this, though. Bad feeling about this. Huh. Okay. Well, this is still really bad. You're gonna put me to 1? Gain 4 life again? Yeah, I don't think we can actually come back. I guess Angel of Sanctions could still let us come back from this. Yeah, Tinker Cube didn't make a lot of sense. All right, that was expected. Okay. Okay, so... Huh. Am I actually into Lightning Axe? On the play, maybe not. Fanatical Firebrand seems... It hits Grim Lavamancer, and it hits... Hits a lot of other stuff in a reasonable way. I think I actually want Firebrand back. Definitely don't want Ragehound. Shieldbreaker still seems bad. Active Treason seems pretty bad. I have no sack effects. Integrity Intervention seems kind of fine. I think I actually just like grinding them down a little bit more. What do I cut? Maybe Firebrand's actually still too weak. I don't know. Maybe Hellrider's so good at attacking, though, is the thing. It's so good at attacking. Firebrand also pings down the Phoenix eggs. I forgot if they had Phoenix. They might have Phoenix. I don't know. Yes, Hellrider's a finisher. We have a lot of finishers in the deck, though. Question is, which ones are the best ones to play? Can I play all of them without having too little early game and getting run over there? Sunwing is... The tapped ability is good. It's... The body's kind of small, though. It doesn't really... tangle very well with their creatures. I can see Sunwing leaving. It's much worse than all the 4-drops, I think. Giant Killer seems great. Love Giant Killer. We'll try not to use it too early this time. Kenra is a 2-1. Kenra, it's nice that it has some, like, cutting back from the graveyard type stuff going with it, but it is also dies to Spikefield Hazard, dies to 1/1 First Strike, Blocker, Grim Initiate. It does hit, though. Alright, Sanctum. So it seems like the opponent could have ordered the blockers better and gotten me there, although I was totally willing to double block and trade for that. Huh. Whoops. Alright, never mind. We don't get to sideboard chat. Ah, well. Yeah, maybe Sunwings are in the play, and actually this is all for the best. Let's just curve him out. Deal. Alright, Luminarch Aspirant does die to Spikefield Hazard. Gonna really hope they don't do that to me, though. Gonna hope they're kind and don't do that to me. Remorseful Cleric's actually pretty bad, too. Does fly. Does fly. It's possible it's supposed to be Kazul's Fury first, but right now I have a 2 into a 2, so I can play this tapped later, maybe? Maybe I also just draw a bunch of lands and want to... Alright. Playing Cleric first, because if they do have Spikefield Hazard, I'd rather they throw it at this than throw it at Luminarch Aspirant. Sick. Alright, lured that one right out of them. Lured that one right out. Cleric is bait, for sure. Glory be? Glory be. At least it's not the other Glory be. Okay, so this is nice. We get to go Landing, Aspirant, make a 2/2 Lifelinker, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Yay, we're learning in chat. Oh yeah, no, should have sacked Cleric. I made the mistake. I was just thinking about not making another context, but yes, that was correct. You can actually target a graveyard that's not there. Light up the stage, okay. Limits how scary this turn can be, I guess. Alright, Heroic Intervention's gonna make Legion's Landing tick, and that's gonna be awesome. Wah-pa-pa-pa-pa-pow. Wah-pa-pa-pa-pa-pow. Tasty. And removal and fling in hand. This seems good. Seems good. Yeah, I'm still probably underestimating these in draft. These are so nice to have right now. Yeah, Vikyle. There was a time that this card won a, you know, this was the mirror in the Pro Tour, was the Heroic Reinforcements mirror. I wouldn't say it's game over yet. Opponent could have Goblin Chain Whirler, for example. It's possible I should have actually gained 1 less life and put a counter on the Aspirant to play around exactly Goblin Chain Whirler. Fortunately, that didn't happen to us, and now we probably win the game. Goodbye. Counter on Aspirant this time to play around Chain Whirler. One exerts, yep. I mean, they're getting life back. They have 5 cards in hand. This is not at all over. Zilliodonio, I have no idea, but in general, if you're far ahead, it helps to think, like, what cards do I know exist in this format that my opponent could have that would really blow me out? And Goblin Chain Whirler was absolutely on the list. Alright, my opponent just took 3 damage to put this land into play that could have killed 2 of my creatures. Is this Magma Quake? Are we getting Magma Quaked? I'm kind of worried we're going to get Magma Quaked. I think we might get Magma Quaked. Let's see if we get Magma Quaked. I mean, I guess not making this a 4/4 didn't play around frickin' Magma Quake. Yep. Alright. Yep. Okay. That's going to make things harder. For sure. Yeah, I should have read that harder. I should have held the fling up. I knew it was Magma Quake. Knew it was Magma Quake. Alright, we can still draw a Glorybringer and just rip them to shreds. That's a thing that could happen. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm pretty good at being prophetic. Or if we could just kill the Glorybound Initiate, we'll probably be fine. Actually, we can use Fling to kill Glorybound Initiate. Maybe we'll just do that next turn. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the play. Is just because we'll screw the Glorybound Initiate and try to race them with Adanto. I don't like having to do this, but we are flooding pretty badly, so as needs must. And we'll hold the land because we have Magmatic Channeler, so no real reason to play out the extra land here. Yeah, if we had used the Fling there, it wouldn't have mattered that much because this just survives then. I think we're just in trouble in that position anyway. I could have flung last turn, but then they keep Glorybound Initiate alive, which is really hard. Yeah, so... Yeah, Heroic Reinforcements was very, very, very playable in Standard. It was the deck that a bunch of teams decided, alright, there's Glorybringer. So, yep, opponent. They drew more of their top end here. We could still draw Glorybringer. Drawing Glorybringer is still an option. But we're going to be hard-pressed. We're going to be hard-pressed to get this one. Opponent just drawing slightly better than Mirror. It's an honorable way to... Yeah, okay. An honorable way to die. Hazaret would have... yeah, Hazaret would have done it too there. We had a couple draws. It was a lot of land. Nothing to do about that. Alright, well that was fun. We actually paid back the draft, which is always nice. Whew. And I think that's going to close out the stream. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed either, but hey, opponent was right. They drafted a Magma Quake, they brought it in against the deck that was the Mirror, and they specifically exerted Glorybound Initiate in a way that let them kind of get me. What I really could have done if I really wanted to play around Magma Quake was like make a token, block the Initiate, force them to either, you know, Magma Quake their own Initiate away and then keep my Fling. As it turns out, it wouldn't have mattered against what their follow-ups were, but that was an option. And it's like, if I know this cube well enough, maybe after a few more drafts of this, I'll start doing that kind of thing, because I'll think, like, what could they have? Although I guess they only played the land after combat. Yeah, we've called some things today. Anyway, gold and uncommons. Yeah, love it. All right, well, chat, it's been real. Thanks for hanging out. See you hopefully Tuesday night. I stream usually Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Although I might honestly start doing more morning streams. Lots of people seem to show up for these. D-Dwar, thanks for the follow. Yeah, it would have been a really, really difficult read. I don't think I actually would have been right, but... Anyway. This cube seems sweet. You should totally play it. The more people play it, the more often we're going to get them on Arena. So, yeah, let's see if anybody else is streaming. Maybe it's somebody who's streaming Cube we can raid. Let's find out. Sandy Dog is probably not cubing. Sandy Dog is on the ladder.
We need to become Aaron Gertler.
Frank Lepore is doing Supreme Chaos Drafts, which is another format I like a lot. So we're going to raid Frank right now. All right, chat. Oh, mommy. Thanks for the follow. And hope you all have a great rest of your days. And again, hope to see you Tuesday. We'll probably just be doing more Cube at that point, because I love Cube, and there's no big tournaments to practice for right now for me. Take care, all.